On this week's episode, we talk about the NBA and NHL playoffs, Phil Mickelson, and the NFL releases its 2022 schedule. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 17 of season 2, Points and Penalties. For all our listeners, we'd like to remind you to please subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. For our viewers on YouTube, please be sure to subscribe to our channel by clicking the PMP button in the bottom right-hand corner of this video, right about there. No matter how you check out PMP, give us a like and follow on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Points Penalties. Once again, you guys know me. My name is Josh. With me are my awesome co-hosts, Kevin, Jesse, and Peter. Awesome. Kevin, all right. Start it up with you. What are you drinking tonight?
Well, I'm having a take a hike, double dry.
You take a hike.
Hopped ale.
Yeah, you hoser.
It is a 6% strong beer. Take a hike.
Nice. That's a good beer, man.
Oh, right.
If I haven't had it on the show, I've definitely had it. It's a good beer for sure.
Oh yeah, I like it. That's goody. I'll definitely probably have this again on the show.
Oh, on the show. Ooh. It's a big change for you, bud.
Pedro, what are you drinking, sir?
Well, boys, summer showed up like that. It was, I swear it was like winter a week ago. It was like 3 degrees and cold.
Yep.
And now it's like 30 degrees and hot. So it's time to bust out some summery beers. I got myself a Broadhead Brewery Guava Strawberry Saison.
Look at you.
It is a 7.5% strong beer. Woo. And it fits the season. This Saison. So I'm enjoying it. It's good so far. Got a nice strawberry taste to it. Nice beer for the summer. Jesse, what are you drinking?
I am drinking Hopsters IPA from Bench Brewing. It is a 6.8, so I'm not the bitch, which I'm happy about. It's Beamsville, Ontario, where it's brewed, and I think we've had it on here before. Possibly me, I don't remember. But I'm already psyched for it because it is a good beer. And I'm not the bitch. Yo, shall we finish us off?
What are the alcohol contents here? Let's recap before I divulge mine. See if I'm a bitch.
7.5. That's your competition right now.
That's the big one.
And 6 is that the bitch point.
6 is the bitch.
the
6 is the
bitch marker.
Well, today I got Great Lakes Brewing. It's called Karma Simcoe American IPA. It's of course a strong beer as we typically get here. Not the bitch, 6.6%. So not the champ, but not the bitch.
Hey, Peter finally wins.
First time in a while. First time in a while I've won that.
All right, here we go with the sip. Try it out first.
At least somebody in Toronto can win something. Am I right? Am I right?
Ba-dum-bum. That's pretty tasty, man. Pretty tasty. I like that. That's gonna go down good today. Well, Pete, you just hit the nail on the head. Only one person in Toronto can win, and that's Peter. And only on his beer today. Tell us who is a loser in Toronto.
We'll get to that. Don't you worry. But starting off with the rundown of the rest of the playoffs. So starting off with Colorado, there in fact was a sweep. I think one of us maybe called a sweep.
This guy.
Josh.
I was right here too.
Two of us called the sweep.
1.5.
I was definitely second to it, but I agreed with it.
Oh, there you go. So there was a sweep after all.
1 point.
The Colorado Avalanche, who we expected to be dominant, are looking dominant. And they swept the Preds.
It is the first round though, man.
It is the first round.
And Colorado is
the first round can be difficult. All right.
I get it. But Colorado is like notorious for kicking ass in the first round and then getting destroyed in the second round. So
someone else isn't good at kicking ass in the first round.
Hey. Watch yourself. We'll get to that.
Do you really want to? Do you really want to get to that?
No, I don't. But
No.
it's part of the job, Kev, and I'm here for the people
For the people.
to bring them the stories, and the story is
We'll get to that.
But first, the St. Louis Blues beat the Minnesota Wild in 6 games. So the Blues will match up against the Colorado Avalanche in the second round, where Josh, you mentioned the Avs are notorious maybe for falling off as they get deeper in the playoffs, at least recently. But I still think they are handily the better team than the St. Louis Blues, and I think they're gonna win this series relatively easily. Anybody here disagree? Do you think the Blues have a shot at taking down the Colorado Avalanche? Will the Colorado Avalanche demons come to roost and kick them out of the playoffs and a loss to St. Louis?
The only thing that hurts Colorado is that St. Louis is 1-1. They've been there. They've pedigreed. Colorado, I picked them for this podcast to win it, so I'm going to stick with them. I think they can actually beat them, and they're going to win it.
I think the only chance that St. Louis has is Bennington stands on his head and somebody else's head.
I don't even think Bennington's starting.
Oh, no?
No.
Oh, that shows you how much I know about hockey. All right, so they're fucked then. The Avs are going to win. Oh, really? He's not even the starter there?
I don't think so. I haven't been following that series closely, but I don't think so.
Well, let's hear
So
John.
That's old news.
They-
Old news.
They
Oh, fuck.
could have had one challenger up to hip hop.
Ah,
I mean, you can still challenge you. I don't give a fuck. I'll take Bennington, but you got to come up with a name too, and that's the problem. He's like, I can't. I don't know.
We could just say he's not starting.
Yeah, it's the backup who's playing.
I don't even think it's the backup. I think Bennington's the backup.
I think this game will be pretty close, actually. Like Kevin said, they have playoff experience. I guess like so does Colorado, but not late in the playoffs. So I think you might see it a closer game. Do I think the Avs are going to take it? Yeah, but I think you're going to see like a game 6 or 7 kind of thing like that in this one. There will not be a sweep, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay, so we all have the Avs unless Bennington stands on his head, which
Yes, come in.
might not help because he's on the bench anyway.
Man, you should have fucking challenged me.
Yeah,
I would have got a fucking point. At least in the last game, Bennington was the starter. Headline: Bennington makes 25 saves. Blues win 5-1.
Well, there you go. Who was the starter the leading up to the games? Like the 5 before that, I guess.
Oh, I don't know. You have to give me a second here to go back another day.
Because I think I guess he got the start at the end, but he was definitely going in as the backup.
Bennington won game 4 or whatever, not game 4, the previous game before that. I'm checking one more. If it's Bennington, you're fucked.
you're fucked.
You're taking a minus anyway. It was Bennington. You're done. Not going back any further. He was the starter, at least in the playoffs.
Well, there you go.
Huh. The non-hockey guy beats the hockey guy in a non-challenge. How about that?
So Josh has the Blues. All right. You heard it here, folks. All right, moving on. Edmonton beats the Los Angeles Kings in 7 to advance to the second round for only the second time since the 05-06 season, where they lost in the championship. And Calgary versus Dallas goes game 7 tonight to see who will play against McDavid and the Oilers. So question for you, will we get to see a Battle of Alberta? Or do you think Dallas is going to pull up the upset here?
I say it's going to be the Battle of Alberta. Calgary's going to do it.
I picked the Battle of Alberta for in the bracket challenge.
I think we all might have.
I think I did too. Is the game in Dallas or in Calgary?
Calgary.
Yeah, it'll probably be Calgary. The home fans, the home ice is huge. except for one team.
Yeah, you'd think.
Sorry,
Yeah.
hang on, Josh. We'll get to that.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we'll get to
Yeah.
that.
My
I'm
bad.
just gonna say one other thing. You guys were all MVP for the one guy that we will discuss later.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
But this guy, McDavid, the one that I think is MVP, got out of that first round.
He did. He did.
Just like to give myself a pat on the back here and there.
I mean, you're still wrong
There'll
about
be
the heart.
many,
but
many more later too.
You're
Please
still
continue, Peter.
you're still wrong, but McDavid is he's pretty good. Okay, back to the East. Carolina closes out Boston in 7. They will play the winner of New York Rangers versus Pittsburgh. Game 7 going on as we speak. Josh, I think you mentioned New York scored. So
It is currently 1-0 with 7 minutes to go in the first.
there you go. So New York's leading. We'll see what happens. The winner plays Carolina. I think Carolina's probably going to take the next series regardless of who comes out of that. But we shall see.
But do you still play the goalie that they're playing, or do you go back with Freddie?
I'd go Freddie once he's healthy. 100%. Maybe it's just a first round where playoff Freddie shows up. Maybe in the second round, he's actually going to be good. Who knows?
Maybe not. We don't know.
We don't know. And then the Florida Panthers end their reign as the team with the longest playoff winning drought, winning a series going back all the way to 1996.
See, they can win one.
They won a round finally, beating the Washington Capitals.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
long time, over 2 decades.
It's a long time.
But at least they
So-
can get out of one.
Yes.
Eventually, law of
Eventually
averages
they
happen.
So the honor of the longest drought without winning a playoff series now belongs to the Toronto Maple Leafs.
I was gonna honestly grab a paper bag to put over my head after you said that, but
They have not won a playoff round since 2004 against the Ottawa Senators, where Joe Nieuwendyk scored twice against Patrick Lalime. I remember that barely. That's how long ago it is.
It's pretty good.
And yeah, and Toronto failed to close out against Tampa in Game 7. Which
I mean,
sets
Game
up
6.
another.
They should have closed it in Game 6.
They should have closed in Game 6. They should have closed in Game 7. They should have just fucking closed it whenever. We'll get to that.
Oh, I thought we were there.
No. I got a whole rant. I got to go on. We're not there yet. So we have another provincial state battle. Hopefully to go along with Battle of Alberta, if we get to see it. The Battle of Florida. So we have the reigning back-to-back Stanley Cup champs, Tampa Bay Lightning,
Yeah.
fresh off of beating the Toronto Maple Leafs, against the President's Trophy winning, curse-breaking Florida Panthers, coming off their first series win in over 20 years. So who's your pick for the Battle of Florida?
Tampa.
Tampa.
It's probably gonna be Tampa.
Well, Peter's obviously gonna go with Florida.
I think I am, and only because I think you boys have thrown a bit of shade. I know we were just closely watching Tampa, and they're back-to-back champs, and they're very good, and they just beat the Leafs.
They're my
They're
pick,
also a
too,
very
so.
good team, and they're your pick. Florida is a very good team as well, and I think head-to-head with Tampa is probably a coin flip. But I don't know what the status of Braden Point is. He was injured in Game 7, and he's a huge part of the Tampa Bay Lightning. And if he's not available for a significant part of this series, that may be your X factor, and it may go Florida's way. So I'm gonna go Florida just to be different from you fuckers.
It's all right. It's all right. You're allowed to do that. Plus, we know you want to really see Tampa lose, so Now they,
I mean, not really. I kind of want to see them win again, so I could be like, fuck, we probably could have been a Stanley Cup chance, but we lost to the champs in the first round.
I really want to just say that I picked another winner.
But okay, maybe I want them to lose in the finals, just so Jesse doesn't win.
It's okay, man. I can handle that hate.
So the Toronto Maple Leafs, as I previously said, they earned the longest active playoff series victory drought. A tweet by Stats. The Maple Leafs are the first team in the MLB, NBA, NHL history to lose a winner-take-all game in the opening round of the playoffs 5 straight years.
That's tough.
Rough.
It's brutal.
I mean, it's a little better than when they didn't make the playoffs for 5 straight years or however fucking long it was.
It is. That's true.
But it is a little sour still.
I think it hurts a little more because the expectations
Yeah.
are so much higher.
Well, what's the saying? There's always next year.
There's always next year.
Yeah.
The Leafs and Lightning played 11 times this year. 11. Regular season and playoffs. Neither team won back-to-back games through all those 11 games until Tampa in Game 6 and Game 7. It was always the Leafs win 1, Tampa wins 1. Leafs win 1, Tampa wins 1. Leafs win 1, Tampa wins 1. Leafs win 1, Tampa wins 2. And it's all over.
Wah,
Wouldn't
wah,
ultimately matter.
wah.
I mean, it's over for the Leafs.
Yeah.
The Lightning are still going strong.
Yeah.
Minus Braden Point.
So despite losing again and becoming the longest active drought and becoming the most anti-clutch team in MLB, NHL, and NBA history, this still doesn't suck as much as last year did. Last year they choked. It was more than just a couple bad turnovers in back-to-back overtime games. They played like shit in the back half of that series. Matthews and Martin were ghosts. Tavares was obviously out with the injury. The whole team came out flat to start games 5, 6, and 7. They were just not good last year. This year was different. The big guys showed up. Marner and Matthews were flying out there, putting up points. They played hard. And they just couldn't find the back of the net when it mattered most. Although they did, and it was called back because of a fucking chicken shit interference call.
Pretty
It
cheap one, yeah.
should never be called in a.
Hey, there's no picks in hockey. That's basketball, okay?
Yeah.
That's
You
right.
can't do that shit in hockey.
And that's almost illegal pick in a basketball game anyway, because he was stopping.
Yeah, it was. I didn't like the penalty call.
It was bad. In a fucking Game 7 of the Stanley Cup playoff series. Come on now.
I mean, to the letter of the law, like it looked like.
I still don't think it is.
It
Like
was.
I saw he was looking right at him and didn't turn, and he did slow down.
You don't
But
have to turn. You're allowed to take some ice and keep it.
From the behind the goal, it looked like he was just kind of going there and he was just gliding. He wasn't skating towards him; he was just gliding. And
There's no
you
pick
can't do that
in hockey.
Well, yeah, it's called interference.
Yeah, it's interference if you check somebody without the puck. That is not what happened anyway. I'm gonna get all worked up if we go down this road.
Let's do it.
No. Hall
Yeah.
fell over. Killorn did not fall over. Hall did.
Well, it's one of them. They got the same colors. One of them fell.
Yeah. By the way, how the fuck are they allowed to just straight rip off the Leafs jerseys and change the fucking Leaf to a light bulb?
That is pretty bad. I'll agree to that.
Anyway. Nick Paul. Nick Paul.
And pause.
Nick fucking Paul is the guy that stepped up when it mattered most on Tampa.
Yeah.
And the coin flip ended up going Tampa's way. Nick Paul, who's from Mississauga, Used to be a fucking Ottawa Senator. First ever playoff goal was in this game, so it was his second. And that was the only two. And that's what it took. The Leafs couldn't beat Vasilevsky.
I've never even heard of this guy. Like, what
That was
line
it.
does he play on? Like the third,
Third
or
or fourth, yeah.
brutal.
Well, which
Yep.
one is it? Third or fourth?
I don't know.
Yeah,
What the
Pete.
fuck?
What is it? Come on, let's go. He'll be up on the third now after scoring 2 goals.
I mean, with Braden Boyd out, he might be
Yeah, with
fucking
Devo,
moving
yeah,
it,
him out.
Yeah.
moving right up.
The one thing,
Anyway.
like this obviously sucks, but the one thing I will say is at the beginning of the series, everybody was asking where's JT, and he came to play in the last couple games there. He definitely
Yeah.
showed up. And so I think he got that monkey off his back, got the naysayers off his back there, but obviously they couldn't pull it out. But do we know if Austin did he go over? Remember what we did the over unders? Do you remember how many goals?
I thought we said like 4.5. I think
4.5?
something like that.
I'm pretty sure I took the over. And how
I
many
took
goals
the-
did he score? Because
I
I don't
took
think
the
it was
under.
4.5.
I also said that Tampa would win in Game 7, and that happened.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
Jesse was the only one with
Yeah.
the right call there. The rest of us had the Leafs. Some in Game 6, some in Game 7.
Who had
Jesse
Game
had the
7?
right call.
I had Leafs in Game 7.
I know Peter had Game 6 because he.
Yeah, me and Kev had Game 6, and it almost fucking happened. It was that far away. A nice, beautiful Matthews redirect just missed in overtime.
There was a couple like both teams missing a wide open net. It seemed like at times.
Oh yeah, when Hagel missed a fucking wide open net.
That's embarrassing. The other one, Kucherov missed. It was on a penalty or a power play, and then the Leafs went down, almost scored a shorty. They had a breakaway, and because he missed the net completely and it went wrapped around. I don't know who it was.
Yeah,
on the
I think Kerfoot
Oh.
got a breakaway off that. Yeah.
yeah, someone like that.
Anyway,
So how many goals did he score?
I don't know. I'm trying to find it.
What happened to Kev?
Kev, he didn't like talking about the Leafs anymore, so
He was having a great time. If anyone that would like sign off, it would be Peter, I thought.
Okay. Let's fucking go ESPN. Postseason goals 4.
under. If it was
Barely.
4.5. Yeah. It's not enough out of him.
I mean, 4 goals in a 7-game series is not bad.
It's not enough. Not enough out of him, man. He needed to at least get 5. The over.
Got to get that over.
Yeah, definitely need the 5 just to.
Yeah, he had 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points in 7 games.
Mediocre at best.
That's still pretty good.
Welcome back, Kev.
I know. What the hell?
I had a little break. You had enough to
No.
talk about the Leafs. Like, I'm out.
I'm out. No. Well, I guess my computer said, fuck you guys. Keep on talking about to make you laugh. And it just went boom.
Talking about the Leafs, I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I think what happened.
Okay, so that's my thoughts on the Leafs. What do you guys think of the Leafs this series, and what would you change for next year? Where did they go wrong?
Defense as usual.
To be honest, I'm not sold on Campbell. I haven't been since he came around. I don't think he's that great. If he could put a couple games together, maybe they'd be all right. But when you, now don't get me wrong, obviously defense has a big part of this, but when you're losing games, 5-1, there's a lot to do with the goalie for sure. It's like,
the Leafs were doing it right back to the Lightning.
Yeah,
I don't know. Man.
If not better. Like, yeah, at least Campbell had a shutout.
Campbell, I think I didn't see the numbers after Game 7, but I think going into Game 7, Campbell was the better goalie in the series.
Really?
They were both not great. They were both like sub 900 save percentage.
But you have to understand too, is they both got really good offenses.
That's exactly right. Like both teams are filled with just straight assassins that they're just built to score goals.
Yeah. It looked to me that the Leafs had a ton of speed, but the Lightning could move the puck around like way better compared to the Leafs.
I mean, you can't really add much more offense, right? Really, when you think about it. A, because of cash, B, because of spots.
Yeah.
So it's pretty tough to do that. So I think you kind of have to, Kev, because Kev hit it right on the nail on the head with the defense, and in my opinion, it starts at the goalie. So
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there isn't an upgrade at goalie this coming season, and maybe it costs too much to
You can play Peter Mrazek more.
Well, I said upgrade. But then, like Kev said, like the defense, maybe you need a couple more shutdown guys. We have lots of guys that can move the puck. So, how a shutdown do you?
I mean, I think a little bit of the opposite. Like, I think I didn't like that they pulled Liljegren out of the series for Justin Hall. I thought Liljegren was playing great, and I think what they were trying to do was get a bigger body on defense to be more shut down if they could. But I wouldn't have done that. I would have kept Liljegren and Giordano as the third pairing. I thought they were playing really well. That's probably the only thing I would have changed. We'll see who they're able to bring back next year. I think if they bring back the identical team next year, there's a good chance.
Not gonna make a difference. Not gonna make a difference.
No, Gav. This series was a coin toss. It came down to one goal. One goal was taken back on some bullshit.
You can't do a pick in hockey.
I think if they run back the almost identical team next year, which they're not going to be able to do, they're going to be some changes to the back end just because of money and whatever else. There's a good shot they can win it next year. But won't happen this year.
Planning the 2023 parade already.
I'm no. I'm just talking
Check
about
out
the
last
first.
year's
I'm talking about
episode when they
around.
got knocked out of the first
Around.
Oh, that's pretty funny. That was good. I like that, Pete. Just calling her right now. They're one night. They're not even 24 hours removed from losing, and he's.
I'm talking around, boys. I'm not talking the Stanley Cup.
That's all right. That's all right. You're still calling a first round W.
Yeah.
At this point, yeah. If they bring back the majority of the guys, you said.
Yeah.
It's the law of averages, just like Florida.
They've got the record set now. Eventually, you got to break through, right? You got to.
So you would say that they are going to pretty well keep it pretty much the same then? Like I've heard blow up is coming up.
They'd be dumb to blow it up.
I mean, I agree. I think it's stupid to blow it up if you've already got these guys, and if you can make little tweaks to contracts and stuff to add some more here and there, that's the way to do it. But I have heard blow ups everywhere, from front office to players. So
no, I'd be shocked to see that. Like on defense, Liljegren and Sandin are going to be full-time starters.
Yeah. So
I assume that probably Hall and Giordano will be the spots that are vacated for that to happen. But we'll see what happens in the off season.
Would you be upset if they re-signed Giordano?
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, I think he was pretty solid for us.
Yeah, hopefully he'll do the old Jason Spezza contract and sign for league min.
Well, there's another guy. What do you think he signs again?
Yeah, absolutely. And if he doesn't retire, he absolutely would sign again.
Yeah,
but he may retire. I don't know.
I think he was pretty. He's not going to show up on the score sheet, but I think he was pretty instrumental just from a leadership standpoint. There was lots of stuff where the broadcast would show him talking to guys, and they consistently showed him talking to JT and being just like, get your shit, not get your shit together, but keep your shit together, and it'll come, and just kind of positive reinforcement, it seemed. And then he's not on the ice that often, Spezza, and when it mattered, or when he was out there, he made it matter, hitting guys hard as fuck at the end boards and trying to spark the team somehow and get the crowd into it. And he knows how to win games, maybe not too many playoff games, but I thought
I
he was instrumental in helping the Leafs leadership wise.
For sure. Like I think it was game 5 where he like willed them to with the fourth line to score the goal there in the end of the second period. Got them all excited and everything like that, and got them playing well. Like he's like a coach on the ice.
Yeah,
That's exactly right. Yeah.
yeah, and he still can play. Like he's not like I mean, is Thornton still playing for Florida and playing like consistently,
I'm not sure.
or as consistently as Spezza? I guess would be the question.
Probably.
Both
Yeah.
the same, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just nice to have those guys, and if he can, Spezza always seems to show up on the stat sheet when it does matter too. When your other guys are slumping and he's like, all right, boys, let me go have a shift on the top line, and he gets one.
Yeah. No, I don't think if Spezza, if they will take him, I'm sure Spezza would come back. I think he'll come back until basically nobody will take him anymore.
It's all speed.
Well,
Yeah,
no one will take
Or,
him
or he
anymore.
wins one, right? One or the other.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think we're there yet. So I expect you would see him back next year. Hopefully Giordano at a nice reasonable price as well. And then there'll be some decisions to make up front. I think Mikheyev is a free agent and he's probably going to cost too much, so good chance he's gone. I don't know the rest of the guys offhand, but I think the majority of the core and beyond is likely to come back. We'll see next year. There's always next year. But now we're on to the boys of summer. Let's go Blue Jays.
They need all the help they can get right now too.
I know. So one last thing to update before we move off of my fucking rambling. The points and penalties bracket update. So we all did a bracket for the NHL playoffs.
Unfortunately, nobody would know about it because somebody forgot to post it. I think it might have been me.
But they're there. Trust us. They're there.
I'll try and get it up this week for everybody.
Just do like an update.
So far, Jesse is leading the pack with 6 correct picks.
What else is
Bob.
new?
Know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
man,
sure like the whole
that's
thing I'm
probably not
doing
it.
so well too is just because of the Leafs losing.
Yeah,
For sure.
Like I think all of us had the Leafs going to the finals except for Jesse.
Yeah, I had them winning the fucking thing. So
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
Okay, yeah. So there you go.
I'm almost at this point where I'm not with this.
Jesse wins by default because the Leafs suck and couldn't get out of the first round.
It's gonna be like the NFL playoffs. You guys are all gonna be trying to play for second and and get a point.
Yeah. Josh is second with 5 correct out of the first round so far, and 6 more possible. Kevin's third with 4 correct, 6 possible, and Pete's bringing up the rear with 3 correct and 5 possible.
how is that possible?
How is that
wild.
possible?
This guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Clearly,
Oh, fuck.
They didn't even know Bennington was starting.
Yeah, exactly.
See? I'm not a clue.
And pick the Leafs.
Yeah,
You just got your horse blinders on. Toronto only.
yeah, exactly. So, Kev, why don't you let me know what Toronto's up to now?
Well, as per, the only cup thing that they're going to be holding is their golf bag cup in the air, maybe. Because we're going to get into our PGA again with Mr. Phil Mickelson, Mr. Lefty. Withdrew from the PGA Championship. Phil was the actual defending champion of this event. Phil was also currently to become a PGA lifetime member if playing in that event. Phil will not be playing in the PGA Championship. Now only fuels the fire in regards to the LIV that will start in June. And it's been reported that Phil has signed an agreement to an 8 series with the Saudi. Going on to some kind of Wells Fargo with Sergio Garcia. Not sure if you guys ever saw that one where he hit a ball that was in a out of bounds area, but could locate it. Had to cross a bit of a river, like stones and such, to get over to find his ball. Now I know you're supposed to be given 3 minutes from then to look for your ball, which he did find within that time, but the official started it early. and gave him a little bit of a, I guess, a time that you took too long, and kind of lost his mind, and kind of went on to say that I can't wait to leave this tour. I can't wait to get out of here. Just a couple more weeks until I don't have to deal with you guys anymore. This is what he's saying in regards to that. So I can honestly say that Sergio Garcia will be doing the Saudi tour, and I think Phil Mickelson will be the actual face of it. I mean, we've talked about it before. We all know that we would probably all still watch the PGA than the LIV tour, but that's what's going on. I'm sure you might be able to get some Leafs that can probably go along and play along in that Saudi tour. At least they'll get some kind of extra coin.
Sergio Garcia is still really, really good because like I haven't heard of him in a while.
Yeah, he's there. I mean, he's not the greatest, but he's
Better
there.
than us. Let's put it that way.
That goes without saying.
But I still like what Rory McIlroy is doing, where he's just chewing them both up. I mean, like, you guys are idiots.
Well, they're getting money thrown at them to come play.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, again, this. I think this LIV tour is more like, like a Europe style hockey, where the PGA is more like the NHL. Like, if you want to go play for them, go play for them. But this is where it's at if you want to play just the PGA.
Yeah, well, they're going for the money. I guess like Phil's not horrible yet, so he's still probably better than Garcia. But
You gotta remember, Phil's in his 50s, man. I mean,
Yeah,
the guy's up
right.
there.
So he's getting a retirement fund. I know, I'm sure he probably has one already, but might as well.
I don't know,
break it
man.
in.
He's was a big time gambler. He lost like up to $40 million in gambling.
Cocaine and hookers comes from a lot of money.
Yeah, man.
I hear.
Allegedly,
heard.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
So first off with Phil Mickelson, all the stuff we've heard since day one of this LIV tour is that he was interested, and he always had a kind of, there was that hate on for the PGA. So it doesn't surprise me now that he's going to play. What kind of does surprise me is that he did register to play in a couple of the majors in the PGA, and then it seemed like he was going to go and play the Saudi tour. Evidently, that has now changed. And I also read, and I know we have talked about it before, that the PGA commissioner was going to ban players that went over to the LIV, and then that has obviously come to light again. And so that'll be interesting to see if that actually comes down, because they're potentially, okay, like I said, Lefty is a good golfer. He is on the downward swing of his career, but he's still a face in the PGA and has been awesome for a lot of years. Sergio Garcia, he had his time in the limelight. So it's just do you really want to boot these guys? And you're the bad guy then. The PGA is the bad guy by saying in the last straw, like, oh, you went, you're banned. Where the PGA can kind of save face and be like, well, you left.
Yeah.
And then you could just could not just let them back in. Just be like, oh, sorry, we're all full. Sorry, no, there's no registration for this tournament anymore, Phil.
Or no
if
invite.
he ever, or if he wants to come back to the PGA, right? So, but hey, I understand the cash aspect of this. There's a lot of money to be thrown around in the Saudi tour here, the live tournaments, whatever. So I can understand where these top end guys want to stay in the PGA because they're the top end guys and they're making money. But the bottom end guys, the middle guys, aren't making a whole lot of cash in the PGA. So for them, take a hop over, get a little bit bigger of a payday, and maybe you can fix up your retirement there, right?
I mean, I think you're right with this. They look like the big bad corporation that doesn't want any competition.
Yeah.
And it's dumb. Like, I know the NFL has not really supported a whole lot of like other leagues, except for I think they're doing it with the XFL now, helping them out. But like, it only grows the sport too. why wouldn't you help them out? Like, I don't get the whole ban thing. Like, you're just literally saying we don't want competition.
Yeah.
We don't want to fight for ratings and stuff.
I think it's because of where they're getting their money, is what
Right, that's-
PGA is all about.
Definitely part of it. Like there's speculation that the money is, quote unquote dirty. So, but are you okay with winning dirty money? I mean, if it didn't come to you dirty,
Depends how much of it there is.
yeah, like there's lots.
Do I want to win $20 of dirty money? No. That's beneath me. Do I want to win 5 million? We're talking.
I mean, as long as you're not going to get dinged for it being dirty money, then you're good, right? And so as long as you won the money in a clean way, then you're good.
Well, that's another aspect is if if there is an investigation ends up being dirty money, like the tour could get shut down too, and then they're not allowed back in the PGA.
Yeah, I guess that's definitely a possibility.
Allegedly, so
Yeah.
maybe that's what they're
Allegedly.
they're the PGA's idea of this threat, but still they still look like the big bad company, even if there are rumors of that.
Yeah, like they should let them go and just be like, yeah, good luck. Here's even some of our players, and we're still gonna whoop your ass in ratings, and everybody's still gonna come to the PGA. That's what they should be saying.
Right.
And then they should also be saying to their sponsors, like, let's bump up the cash flow here, boys. Like,
I
if
think
this-
that's what it's all about for sure. It's your end winnings. I mean, it's what they're not giving the PGA is what the Saudis said there. Well, we'll give you more.
Mhm.
Of course, I'm going to go sit there and play for 20 mil than just winning 8.
Still gotta win though.
Right. You still got to win. But I mean, even if you're not in first, I mean, you're definitely not last, but you still make
I mean,
money.
if you're first, you're last, Kev.
But you're still making coin, is what I'm saying, though.
sure.
Like, I mean, so that's what I'm sitting there talking about. I mean, I know it's a repeat, but it's always fun to sit there and listen to
Update.
Lefty and Sergio.
It's an update, bud. It's not a repeat. It's an update.
Fucking
let's-
right.
Let's get into our updates with our MVP then.
This week's points and penalties MVP is Christian Yelich. What? Christian Yelich became the first
Is it
player.
Yelich or Yelich?
It's Yelich.
I think it's Yelich.
It's definitely Yelich. He's the first player in MLB history to hit 3 cycles against one team. That team in question is the Reds. They're having a really bad year this year, so I'm not shocked about
The
that.
shit Cincinnati
bad.
Reds.
Yeah, and Yelich dominated them in 2018. In a span of 3 weeks, he hit 2 cycles. Very, very impressive. He is a former MVP. I think it was 2019. And this ends up being the 10th cycle for the Brewers in their history. And in the modern era, which is 1900, only 5 players have ever gotten to 3 cycles. Bob Masuel, Babe Herman, Adrian Beltre, Trey Turner, and our boy, our MVP, Christian Yelich. Now, there is one guy that hit in the 1800s, Long John Riley.
Oh, Long John. Yeah.
And guess who he used to play for? The Reds. He hit
Kev,
3
Kev,
cycles.
let us know about Long John. Was he good?
He was all right. I mean,
Was he lankier than you?
oh yeah, man. The guy had hips and fucking legs like a horse.
Wow.
So
this-
I have a question.
Hey,
Shoot.
All these players hit 3 cycles. Only Yelich did it against one team, and that team is the Cincinnati Reds.
Right.
Is it really the same if it's against the Reds every time?
Hey man, that's one of the hardest things to do in fucking
Against the
baseball is hit a
Reds,
cycle.
though?
I get what Peter's saying. The Reds haven't been good very well. And they
Like if
play
you
in-
did it against the Reds and like, I don't know, the Brewers and the fucking, I don't know, someone else, that'd be more impressive, I think.
I mean, no matter what, they're still a pro ball team. So
Yeah. Yeah.
you know,
Are
I
they?
mean, does it make a hat trick any less impressive if you score against the shittiest team in the league 3
a,
times?
a little bit.
Does it? All right. Well, I'm not saying that the Cincinnati is the shittiest team in the league. I'm just using that as an example, right? Like,
Well, do you know what?
Aren't they though?
Yeah, they are. But I also give credit that they play in a small ballpark, so it's tougher to get triples there.
yeah.
Hard to get a cycle
Yeah,
because too
it's
many home
hard.
runs happen.
Yeah, he's hitting, instead of hitting triples, he's hitting home runs. So
Hmm.
it's difficult to get the triple. But yes, their team is not good. But it's still, since there's no one has ever gotten 4, this is impressive.
He's still not that old either. He might get 4.
Hopefully he
It's
gets
good
the
Trey
Reds.
Turner.
It just depends on how many times he plays the Reds.
Yeah,
So the thing that blew my mind about this was obviously only 5 players. I thought for sure there would be more, but even more so that 3 of them are within our generation of watching baseball. You know, the Adrian Beltre, Trey Turner, and of course Yelich. You know, Kev, we could joke around that you were around with the Babe, but you definitely were not watching baseball when he was playing.
Whoa. This is not the Babe. This is Babe Herman.
Still the Babe. If your name is Babe,
This is
it's
not the Babe.
Babe.
No.
Is that a
Challenge.
I mean,
There's only this is not a checkable challenge, but there's only one the Babe, and it's Babe Ruth. Any other Babe is just a wannabe. Even if they came before Babe Ruth, they're just a wannabe. There's only one the Babe.
I mean, I want to know why the name Babe dropped off. Like, why aren't more people naming their children Babe? Like, P, why didn't you name your child Babe?
Babe.
I mean, because I was like, "Hey, Babe, what do you want to name my kid?"
And she was like, "Oh, that's a
And
good
she
one."
was
huh,
like,
Babe?"
"How about Babe?" And I was like, "Who's on first? What? You want to name it you? What?" Anyway, it got all confusing, and then we went somewhere else. That's
I
why.
mean, we should really have more of them called that because they're pretty good at baseball.
Yeah, apparently. Apparently.
How
So
long after they're born can you still change their name?
whenever they want. So is there going to be a Babe in the nickname in the middle name of yours, Jesse, or yours, Yosh?
Probably not.
The Babe?
Yeah.
Depends on what the first name is. Maybe if it rhymes or something, maybe.
No. Go all in. You got to go first name, Babe.
Oh no. No, I don't think so, but
Be a great baseball player.
Yeah, you got a superstar
Maybe.
automatically.
What you don't see, you see a lot of babes that are good at baseball. What you don't see is all the babes that didn't make it. There's 2 that I know of that are good at baseball. Babe Ruth and Babe Herman, whoever that is. He had 3 cycles. Who knows how many
I mean,
babes
that's
are out
enough for
there.
me. I'm thinking that
Maybe there's thousands of babes out there that just couldn't cut it. So is it really the name that does it? Is it? Maybe not. Maybe there's only 3 babes ever, and 2 of them are great.
and the other one we don't know.
The other one sold insurance.
Car salesman.
I will never know.
Never know.
I will never know.
Anyways, cheers to our MVP, Christian Yelich.
Yeah. 3 cycles is pretty fucking good.
It's Reds though.
Such a hater.
It's just because they're going to come up again in the penalty box state.
That's foreshadowing, I think.
Well, we're getting to that.
We're getting
But first, we've got an update on the NBA. Josh, why don't you take us through?
Yep, the NBA is going on. All right, and next. No, I was trying to be funny. It wasn't very funny. Sorry. My bad. My bad. Thanks, Kev.
LOL.
Appreciate
LOL.
it, bro.
LOL.
Appreciate it, man. All right, so the NBA playoff second round is pretty well complete. Currently, have switched over from watching shitty hockey to awesome basketball in the playoffs, so I'm currently watching that. That
Good choice.
game, yeah, for sure. That game
Peter,
is
Peter. This one here is where you're allowed to do the picks. You're allowed to set picks in this game.
You
Just
gotta
saying.
stand. You gotta stand your ground, though.
Yeah, you're just saying. You just this one you're allowed to do picks.
You're allowed to hold your ice in the NHL too.
Yeah, it's called
Anyway,
pick.
we're talking basketball. Let's go.
All right, go ahead.
all right. And so off the screen, Doncic scores.
Bruh.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start off with Miami beating the Toronto Raptor hated Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and through here in the second round, Embiid was bust up. He came back for a bit, wasn't that great, and Miami pulled out the big old series W. Kev obviously loves that, as that was his choice at the beginning of the season. And they've moved on now to the conference championships. Also in the East, Boston and Milwaukee played in the second round, which we all know. And Jess, this one's going to hurt you a little bit because you had Milwaukee to win the whole thing, and they have been bounced by the Boston shitty Celtics, who, if you remember, when I was doing some updates, I thought they were going to win like 3 more games in the year or something, and they were going to be horrible. Yeah. And that obviously is not the case, and they are going to the conference championships.
Those are the best when those takes don't happen.
Oh yeah, for sure. The first series in the West that is complete is Golden State, which I like because that was my pick at the beginning of the year. They beat Memphis in a hard fought series for sure, and Memphis, I think they missed Jaw in the last game there.
Yeah, all because of that guy grabbing his knee.
And then last, which is on right now, is Phoenix Dallas Game 7. If you remember, just a couple weeks ago, I'd asked you guys if anybody has a chance against Phoenix, and Pete, I know you were adamant about nobody has a fucking chance because you've got them to win, but these Dallas Mavericks are hanging tough and they are playing very well. Luka Doncic is amazing. He is a man possessed, and I believe it just happened to go to commercial, but I'm pretty sure that I think Dallas is winning right now. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but
they're just letting them feel good about themselves before they strike. And the Suns crush them and move on.
Doncic is killing it. He's playing amazing in the playoffs. Like there was he was at a point where he was scoring more points in the playoffs than MJ.
wow.
Yeah. And it was during this series, so that's pretty impressive. So yeah, these guys can hang with them. And I have the Suns moving on here, so I kind of need them to win. I'm with Peter on this, but I would like to see Doncic continue playing in the playoffs because he is killing it.
Yeah, I also have Phoenix getting through this in their bracket, but I agree, Jess. Nothing really against Phoenix there, but I would like to see Luka keep going. He's got a great game. Every facet of his game is awesome. It really is. And he is, he's one of the new faces. You still got the KDs, the Giannis, the LeBron, and maybe even if you want to throw in bitch into there, Jokic. Those are kind of the faces right now. The Steph Currys and maybe LeBron thrown in that company is kind of fading out a little bit. But then even more so, there's these young guys, these Trae Youngs, these Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum. These younger guys are yeah. So it's nice to kind of see this shift.
Scotty Barnes,
Scotty fucking Barnes, rookie of the year. Yeah. We'll get to that in a minute. What?
Haven't we heard that already?
So I guess, Jesse, kind of, I don't know if it was a surprise, but I'm going to ask, like, what have you guys liked? What have you liked and what have you not liked in this the second round here? Jess, I'm going to assume that you like seeing Luka play, as you just said. I couldn't agree more, man. Anything else that you did or didn't like?
Yeah, Boston sucks.
Yeah,
but they don't.
Yeah,
it's they were my team and they had them just kind of like how the Leafs had Tampa and they let them slip away. Lost game 6 and 7. And I was watching game 6 and they were playing pretty well. And then they weren't.
Are you saying that they are what we thought they were, and we let them off?
We let them off
We
the
let them
hook.
off, yeah.
That was against your Bears, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah. Arizona versus Chicago, 100%.
Forget his name. Something Green, I think.
Yes. That's not Danny Green because that's a basketball player.
But yeah, Giannis was killing it too in game 6. He was the only one doing anything. I didn't watch game 7, but
It was this afternoon. They lost like 101 to 77 or something like that. Like some to that effect. So yeah, it wasn't. They didn't even play.
yeah,
They got dummied.
it sucked. But it happens. I'm finally, the streak is over, boys. I can't keep calling winners. Law of averages, like I said, with the Leafs, they'll get one eventually. But
Couldn't be the same
gotta pick
fucking.
them.
You had to take your turn this year. You couldn't let the Leafs have it. Fucking guy. You could have kept on going.
You know what it was? You know what it was? Is because I didn't pick the Leafs. That was the reason why.
Oh, let's fucking go, Jesse. Let's go.
Hey man, slip me some money on. Maybe I'll change
Streak's over anyway. Doesn't
I'll
matter.
throw
Streak's
my
over.
witchcraft on it.
So what I don't like so far is that half of my picks have failed to produce in Memphis and Milwaukee. But Miami I had, and hopefully Phoenix pulls through. So we'll see what happens.
How you feeling about the second round, Kev?
I like you. I mean, I'm still in this. I mean, I got a lot of teams still available.
You do. You're doing all right.
I know.
You're doing all right. All right. So conference championships, as I mentioned, Miami, Boston in the East, and it will be either Phoenix or Dallas versus the Golden State Warriors. Only Kevin and I have our picks from the very beginning of the year left in Golden State and Miami. Jess, yours just lost, as you mentioned, the Bucks, and Pete, you a long time ago. You had this,
I did not make the playoffs.
you had an ill-advised choice.
There's no need to sugarcoat
Like
it.
that's pretty much the same as hockey, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ah,
Fuck.
So what we've learned on this is just don't take anything that comes out of Peter's mouth.
If you're betting on what I say, you're losing money. You're just throwing money in a fire.
All right, so I'm pretty sure that I know some of these picks here, based on your past history and your past picks. But who you guys got in these conference finals? Whether you choose Dallas or Phoenix, who you guys got?
Fuck Boston. Oh wait, are we on the West first?
Whatever you like, man. Whatever you start us up, Pete. However you like.
I don't like Boston because they're from Boston, so I'm going with the Heat. And the Suns are my pick, so I'm going Suns all day. There it is.
Yeah, I'm going with the Heat because Boston sucks, minus them beating the Bucks. But they took my team out, so I do not want them to win. I don't like that. We lost the champs stuff. No. just
You want them to lose.
Yeah.
Join in the suffering.
And then I got the Suns because they were playing super hot. I didn't waver from my pick through half.
I see what you're saying there, though, Jesse. The Suns, they're hot. They're going to play the Heat.
The Heat.
that's who I still have is for my final. I have the Suns and the Heat.
Smart.
Same thing.
Smart, Kev. Smart.
Wow. Well, you guys might be right on the Heat, but you're definitely wrong on the Suns because Steph Curry ain't losing. He's probably gonna beat Dallas is what's gonna happen because the Suns probably aren't even making it out of this game. They're down 7 currently, 10 to go in the second quarter.
It's early.
It is so early. So I do have the Warriors and the Heat. Truth be told, I typed in Celtics and then I put and Warriors, and then I looked at it. I'm like,
You can't write
choose
that. You
fucking
can't.
Boston. 100%. So my gut says that Boston is going to beat Miami, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't take it.
That would be quite the flip. They're not even gonna barely
Yeah,
make the
exactly. Well, that was the other thing too.
I'm gonna
I'm
pick
like-
them to win, or at least make the NBA Finals.
Yeah. So for me, Heat and Warriors, and I still think the Warriors have still a great chance here. They have a
For
really
sure.
good chance.
They've already made it, right?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But it sucks. It sucks.
All right, guys. One thing here with the playoffs, and then I want to just chat about some awards that we haven't chatted about previously, and maybe some that we have still chat. Scotty Barnes, what?
Are we still talking about the rookie of the year?
Holy fuck! Are we still talking about the rookie of the year?
Not yet, Kev. Not yet.
All
We're
right,
on
okay.
we're on our PMP bracket update.
Oh,
Start this one up.
We'll get there though. Just
now-
hang on.
If I just scroll back up here, Kev, were you like in first place currently in hockey and with the most possible?
No,
to
I
go?
got the most
I
possible.
think it was Jesse.
Jesse. Oh, okay, Jesse. All right. I thought you were fucking dominating in both. So currently, Kev, you are in the lead with 8 correct in the PMP basketball bracket.
Yeah.
With 4 possible correct ones left.
Yeah.
I am next. Well, Jesse and I guess are tied with 7 correct, but I have 3 possible. He has 2 possible left. And Pete, you have
You're running
6,
up the bottom there, bud.
6
That's
with
for
3.
you.
I'm playing the long game. See,
Looks like you're heading
Yes.
towards a minus, bud.
you stay near the bottom until right at, I'm like a long shot horse. I'm gonna
Right.
come into. I don't know if the lead is possible at this point, but I'm
I
gonna,
mean,
I'm gonna jump forward.
I was gonna say if Kev gets one more correct, then unless you get the same one correct,
No,
you can only tie him.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I gotta, yeah.
it's not looking so good for you.
I'm
bud.
just trying to get out of the basement. That's all. I'm only 1 point behind. Come on.
Yeah, but I got the Suns too. Suns have to win it all for you to get out of the basement.
Yeah,
That's the only.
And they're going to.
and it might only just tie him depending on what
Yeah,
happens.
you would just
right?
you just tie with
Yeah.
me, so we both take a -1.
No,
Or no, zero.
No,
Zero would be a
I'll
zero.
take
It'd be a
zero.
zero. Yeah.
All right, there we go.
All right, guys. So some awards. We have talked about this, a couple of them, lots of times. We have mentioned the MVP, which did we mention it the last episode that Jokic won, or was it in the off week?
It was. We didn't have an episode.
We
last
didn't have
week.
an episode, right? Mother's Day obligations got in the way, and just shows you
Love
how
your mothers,
important.
people.
Yeah,
Love
just
your
shows you how
mothers.
important your mom is, right? More important than a podcast.
And
Sure.
when you have a child, all of a sudden the mothers start multiplying. There's 2 now.
All of a sudden, there's an extra one. Ah,
Yeah.
Huh.
oh.
Yeah. Pro tip.
What's the pro tip? Don't have kids so you don't get an
No,
extra
no.
mother.
You can have them, but just be aware. Now Mother's Day becomes twice as much work.
Especially on the first year.
Oh, yeah.
First couple years until,
Yeah.
until the guy has a job, pretty much.
Now it's your mother. I'm not doing shit.
I can't wait until you get to make macaroni fucking like cards or whatever, you know. It's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be
That's dinner for fuck's
good. Yeah.
sake.
Wifey's gonna be upset. For fuck's sakes, Pete, that was fucking dinner. And you just let Mitch put hot glue all over it.
But look, it kind of says I love you. Kind of. If you squint.
Fuck. All right, so Jokic won the MVP as
Yeah.
3 of us, I'm pretty sure it said.
Yeah.
One was
Yeah.
clearly fucking wrong.
That was
Very,
wrong. That
very
dude's a
wrong.
bitch.
Yeah, he's M bitch for
Jokic was the
sure.
right choice.
Yeah, for sure. So
Although I am surprised that he wasn't second. And each.
now, yeah, my list here is not necessarily second and third. It's just
Ah.
the other two,
Okay, never
the
mind.
other two
Involved.
nominees.
I retract my
But-
previous.
But he was third. Giannis is better, man. And
Yeah,
Mitch is
it's
an
definitely
bitch.
better.
Yeah, he's a bitch.
You know what? You know
man.
why he's a bitch? Because in this instance, there's multiple instances, but in this instance,
This particular
because
time.
no, because he cried about it. He cried about it. He's like, I don't know what I got to do to be the MVP. Did you hear Giannis saying nothing? He didn't say shit. Just like, oh, congratulations.
He
I didn't
has
win.
an MVP.
Yeah, but still, but he realizes that Jokic was better, and there's no need to cry about. I don't know what else I got to do.
Yeah, be better, bud. Maybe there's a reason you haven't won a fucking championship yet.
Yeah,
Be better.
and bitch.
And this
And
is why
Beach?
he's called him bitch now.
Yeah,
He's taking
Oh.
on that man's whole.
for sure.
I keep telling you guys, but you're not listening. It's
That-
M Beach. Beach. There's two
I guess,
eyes.
I guess it would be in beach. It wouldn't be in bitch. It'll probably be bitch for me. I'll try in beach.
And beach.
No guarantees though, Pete. Sorry. All right, next up, sixth man of the year. This one was just released this past week, and it ends up being Tyler Harrell of the Miami Heat. He is fucking awesome.
That's a slam dunk pick. Yeah.
This is one of those guys that should be, if it wasn't for a really good Miami Heat team, this guy would be starting, and he would be one of these new faces of the league, in my opinion. I'm not saying that he's as good as Ja, but he is, maybe with more playing time, he could be. But like I said, the new faces of these young kids,
like the Boston shit in the bed.
Yeah, I don't think he's on the same level as Ja.
Oh, I think he could be with playing time.
But the dude's a hero.
You're right. He's definitely a hero. Did you see some of those threes that he popped in?
Yeah, man. He's a good player. For sure. He's a good player. He just, in my opinion, to get to that, he's not at Jaws level now, or even Trae Young's level, based on they have all kinds of playing time, right? They play every single night for 35 plus minutes, where Harrow doesn't. So maybe you see it when there's some injuries in Miami, that he does get a little bit more playing time. And for me, I think that's all he needs. Just keep playing, and then he's going to be one of those. Maybe if he's not a face of the league in the next handful of years, he'll be a sub face of the league. I don't really know what that means, but
put it this way: I don't think there's ever any
honorable mention.
Yeah,
yeah. I don't think there's ever a scenario where a 1-for-1 trade for Harrow for Morant ever happens that the Morant trading team isn't losing. In my opinion,
we'll see. We shall see. It's a hot take when you have no idea what's going on in the future, bud. Or do you?
And clearly not.
I think I do.
Have you seen my brackets? Or are my brackets just a distraction? So you don't know that I know it.
No, you don't know shit.
No, I don't know.
You got nothing.
All right, so other sixth man of the year nominees: Cam Johnson of the Phoenix Suns and Kevin Lowe, old man in Cleveland.
Still?
Yeah. Well, you notice that he's going for sixth man of the year now.
Yeah.
So he's definitely coming off the bench in his old age. Coach of the year, which I don't think there's any surprise here, Monty Williams of the Phoenix Suns, best record in the NBA this year. Obviously, Eric Spoelstra of Miami was another candidate, and then one that I think very easily could have won Coach of the Year based on the surprise and how well they did compared to what we thought they probably would have done, or what the experts would have thought they did at the beginning of the season. Was Taylor Jenkins from Memphis.
Whoa. Why are you making a distinction between us and the experts?
Oh, my bad.
We clearly are the experts.
I mean, Jesse's pretty
expert.
Yeah.
We
collective. We get a bonus because they're collective. Jesse is in our
ride
group.
my coattails, guys.
That's right. Anything we can do, Jess. Anything we can do. DPOY. This one again was released on an off week, and it was Marcus Smart from the shitty Celtics.
Boo.
Mikal Bridges.
Probably well deserved. But boo.
Yeah, he was pretty good. Mikal Bridges from the Suns and Rudy Gobert of the Utah Jazz were also nominees. I really like Rudy on his defensive.
COVID.
Yeah. Remember when he licked the microphone?
So he touched them all, didn't he? Lick his hand.
He licked the microphone or something.
Yeah.
He was also one of the first guys in the NBA to get COVID too.
Yeah, because he licked the microphone.
Yeah. But anyway, that aside, he's a great defensive player, Rudy. It's I guess
dominated in blocks. Like this was. I thought this was going to be. That would be my choice for DPOY. But
yeah, you know what?
May have been my hate towards Boston.
Some expert you are.
No, I think
you had Smart. Is that what you're saying?
No. I did not have a choice in defensive player of the year. Maybe we should have, but
no, I like Rudy. He was dominant on the blocking side and rebounds, and he was just great. And I think Utah really tailed off at the end of the season last year.
Mm-hmm.
that probably didn't help. And Boston dominated.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Jess. I think that Rudy is a great defensive player. You know, he's great on the offensive board too. You know, this is a guy that is he's a triple double threat every game, right? It might just be 10, 10, and 10, but you know, and I'm talking blocks, not not, I mean, that's tough. That's a tough block.
Not assists.
Not assists, but even assists, he's pretty close. Like he's maybe not a triple double. Maybe I overstep my bounds on a triple double, but let's say double double. You know, every game for sure. I like Rudy, and I actually heard that there is some issues in Utah, and the two big guys, one being Rudy and the other one being Mitchell. They apparently do not see eye to eye, and considering that they are the two main guys there is talk about these guys splitting up, and the guy on the out is going to be Rudy Gobert.
They should just get rid of that trash and send it to Toronto.
That's where I'm going with this, Pete, is there has been already links to Toronto. Just maybe it's just because we are in need of a big man desperately.
Yeah, that's what we were saying, right?
But I mean, I would be very fucking happy if they...
We, the experts, have been saying pretty much this whole season that the missing piece,
too, and
the missing piece is that big man.
Yeah.
And
well, we need threes for sure. Like, we don't have too many guys that can shoot threes, but if we can add him to our defense, that will fucking look great.
I mean, I'd take FVV and Gary Trent shooting threes. You know,
they're the only guys doing it.
Yeah,
oh,
but then you mix in
OG can put.
Yeah, you mix in OG,
he's hurt a lot this
Scotty, and then Siakam is not very good at threes. But
yeah, but
Yeah.
even
But if the
Scotty
only
doesn't
team,
do much.
if the other team can only put up 80 points, you don't need a lot of threes.
Exactly. So
This is true.
just add the defense. And
this is true. So I mean, that would be fucking phenomenal. I don't know what
Just-
they would have to give up. I don't know the contract status, so I don't know if it would be a free agent type thing. I don't believe so. I think it would need to be a trade. So obviously, there's going to have to be some significant value going back to Utah in that potential trade. But this guy would be pretty happy to see Rudy Gobert on the Toronto Raptors.
this podcast.
This podcast, yeah. We'd be right. It would solidify our export position.
That's where you can ride the coattails here. Everyone
There
can
we
join in.
All right, moving on. There's just a couple more here. Most improved was Ja Morant.
Joe.
Ja, and a couple of the other nominees, Darius Garland from Cleveland and DeJounte Murray from San Antonio. This is typically an award like Siakam won it, was it 2 years ago, I think. So he won in the past anyway. And it's typically an award where, just like it is in football, I guess football is comeback player, right? But it's the same fucking thing. So when you get hurt the year before, as long as you come back and play lights out, or semi lights out,
It's typically you gotta win a lot of games, or you put up huge numbers, more or less.
right. So same type of thing here in the NBA, and for me, this is a clear winner that Ja would get this. And there was even talk that Ja could maybe even be part of that MVP, but in my opinion, he wasn't quite up to those. Even in
That was
beach,
Kev's take.
yeah, it was Kev's take. Yeah, he would. There was talk about it, but not quite as good as those three other guys. And then one that we maybe have been continually beating a dead horse is our boy for Rookie of the Year, Scotty
Holy
Barnes.
fuck! Are we still talking about Rookie of the Year?
Just in case you forgot, bud.
Oh,
Scotty
wait.
Barnes, the
Oh.
Toronto Raptors.
It wasn't Mobley.
No, only an idiot would think that.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Well, that was a bit of a layup, wasn't it?
Anyway, so obviously Evan Mobley and Cade Cunningham were the other nominees. There was no chance. It was a landslide. Scotty Barnes.
I mean, that's a bit of a stretch. There was. You're right. It was a landslide. Yeah, you're right.
Anyways,
Let's talk about it in depth.
yeah. Do you want to? Yeah. Well, Scotty was top 5 in most of the major categories. Anyway, boys, that's all I really wanted to say. They kind of finished off the rest of the awards here, so wanted to touch base on that. And any surprises here? Jess, you had mentioned that just maybe Rudy Gobert, but anything else surprises? And did the NBA get anything wrong?
Yeah, the other one was that Taylor Jenkins one. I thought Memphis for finishing
Mhm.
second overall, like a fucking great for them to do that. And
Yeah.
I think he may have could have deserved it, but Monty Williams he had the best record. Like it's tough not to give it to that guy.
Right, and that's typically
By
where it
quite a
goes
bit
right?
too, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing about like the difference between NFL is it's usually a new coach. It's not the same coach every year getting coach of the year. It's when they take over a shit organization and turn it into a winner.
Mhm. Fun stuff. What team? What coach is going to turn an NFL team into a winner this year, Jess? Do you know any new ones that are going to be half decent?
I like that Mike McDaniel. And we'll talk about the NFL schedule
In a minute.
while
In a
we're
minute.
down here. Oh, you want to talk about?
Oh, we're getting there. Okay.
All right,
Oh,
go ahead.
yeah, we're there.
Oh, we're there.
What?
Back
Okay,
to the
I'm-
rookie of the
Yeah,
year.
fuck off. We're talking about the rookie of the year.
Scotty Barnes, rookie of the
All
year.
right, Kev.
Are we
What do
gonna
you
move-
what
are we
do
gonna
you
move
want
the
to say
3-point
about?
line? We're gonna move the 3-point line back. Just
Oh, fuck. Only if you make the hoop smaller, man.
okay. I guess we're getting into football then, hey?
Oh man, if you got something to say, say it.
Say it, football.
All right. So, as we were saying, I think Mike McDaniel might have a chance at it. I like him.
And who's that? Where's that? What team?
That's Miami Dolphins.
Hmm.
He comes from the dreaded 49ers. But
Dreading for Jesse.
Yeah, just for Jesse.
Rest of us don't really care.
I mean, they were in the Super Bowl recently. But we have a Super Bowl contender at the beginning of the season with the Rams opening the season against the Bills. So I really like this game. I think it's probably the best game. I kind of wanted it later in the season because I think it would have added more drama, but it is definitely the best game on the Rams schedule to open up the season. These guys are both going to be contenders probably, and you could see this in the Super Bowl.
Where is the Super Bowl this year?
I'm not sure. I did not look into that. I haven't
I think
really
it's
moved
Arizona,
off of
isn't it? Isn't
Super
it
Bowl
Arizona?
56 yet.
Arizona.
Okay, I believe you. I don't know. I haven't looked at it.
Fuck.
Challenge that shit, Jesse. Let's go.
Fuck.
Josh is considering the challenge.
Yeah,
He
Go.
thinks it's in
do it.
Miami.
Do it.
New
It's
Orleans.
Arizona.
I think
Houston
it's
Cardinals.
I think
Uh,
it's in New Orleans.
It's the
Yeah.
Cardinals.
I'm gonna say New Orleans, man.
You gonna challenge? the
Yeah, I'm
Cardinals?
gonna challenge.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is it in Arizona? Do you know that for sure?
I know that for a fact. Well, I guess.
Uh-oh.
Fuck.
Someone should double check that just in case.
Yeah, we never just trust Kev on his word.
So yeah, I think that's going to be a big game at the beginning of the season, and should be a great opener.
State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona.
Fuck's sakes.
Oh,
Well,
You're
Yoshi,
welcome.
yeah,
You're
thanks for
welcome.
jumping on that grenade.
Yeah. Bullshit.
So that's week one. One of the other. So I just went through here and put the best games I think of for the weeks, and the second week is again the Bills versus the Titans.
Yeah.
no.
That'll be interesting to see. Who thinks that the Bills just wiped the Titans?
Ooh.
Pick me.
Wipe them? Wipe
Pick
them?
me.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You don't think Henry's going to run all over the Bills?
He's gonna have a
I mean,
good game, but
If you're gonna attack the Bills,
That's
run
exactly
them
the
over.
way. Keep the ball out of Allen's hands.
Step on his foot.
and,
I
and
don't-
keep the ball out of Tannehill's hands.
Yeah, exactly. Keep the ball out of both quarterbacks' hands and just give that Henry.
Yeah,
It's a winning.
so
It's a winning strategy.
it is a winning strategy. Play good defense, but it's not a winning strategy in the playoffs. Not right now, at least.
it's not
No.
So
positive.
that's the first game on the Monday night. There's a double header. I can't remember the second game, but that's the earlier game. And then week 3, they got the Bucks and Packers in Lambeau. Or sorry, it's in Tampa. My bad. And
Challenge. Self-challenge.
Are you challenging that?
Self-challenge. Carry on.
So that'll be, I think this will be the first time that they played since Brady threw 3 interceptions and still won the game in the playoffs and something in the Super Bowl.
Know who else threw 3 interceptions but didn't win a game? Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, well, if you throw 3 interceptions, you're not going to win a game usually, unless your name is Tom Brady.
Oh, really? Oh,
That's why Tennessee drafted a quarterback, bud.
yeah.
The guy can throw 4
The
interceptions and still win a game.
number 1B rated quarterback, by the way.
Did you hear that Tannehill's like, I'm not mentoring him? And then there's another thing that said that of Willis, or not Willis. Oh yeah, is Malik Willis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, I'm fine with that. And then there's a picture of the touchdowns interception ratio.
Well, even your boy Kurt Warner, he was not impressed by it. He's like, I'll be anybody's mentor. He's like, you need a mentor. He's like, you DM me.
Yeah, that's because he got that from a lot of quarterbacks.
Right.
He was undrafted and played in the Arena Football League, and so he understands where Malik has come from.
And if you believe in yourself, like most, I would think most NFL caliber quarterbacks believe in themselves, you shouldn't have an issue mentoring a younger guy.
Even Rodgers hasn't like thrown too much shade at Jordan Love.
No, all his shade was towards the franchise, saying I guess
because they didn't get him a wide receiver.
Right, but even when they drafted him, like they were like, he was like, oh well, I guess they're planning on moving on from me, but I got like he that obviously still has a long tenure to go, right? So
yeah, so
especially at that
but Aaron Rodgers had no problem because he had an issue with Favre. I think Favre didn't want to mentor him and shit like that either. So he's part of that background. Like, yeah, I want to learn. You want to teach guys. So I think that'll be a good week 3. And then we got the Bucks again against the Chiefs. Super Bowl 55 rematch. That should be pretty good for the Sunday nighter. I want to see how Patrick Mahomes does without Tyreek Hill. It'll be interesting to see, I think. He still has Kelsey, but I think it'll be pretty cool.
Now remind me, is Brady retired now or is he not? I can never keep track of this fucking guy.
But once he does, though, the motherfucker's making 300 and some odd mil.
That's true. I did see that.
He is. Yeah, he's already on board to be a Fox analyst.
Well, they got all kinds of money now because they don't have Joe Buck or fucking Troy Aikman. Yeah, so
yep.
Smart move though on their part, reaching out early. Really, like lock him up before he's done.
That was happening with McVay. People were offering him so much money to walk away from coaching. And he's like, well, I can make probably the same amount as an analyst, and I don't have to fucking do these long ass hours coaching. So,
but it's something that you love. Though.
You love it more to be, yeah.
And the opportunity to, especially because it's not like he's coaching for a shitty team or Brady playing for a shitty team, so you still have chances to win, right? If they're playing for the Jets, then they might be like, well, I'm gonna go be an analyst,
right? But would you be offering someone that if they were playing for the Jets?
Fair enough. I mean, maybe Tom, maybe.
Right? Yeah, but Tom's not going to the Jets. He's going to go to a team that actually.
Imagine if he did. That'd be fantastic.
You think?
Just because the Jets hate him.
I mean, the Jets would love him to be on his team, though.
Would they?
Yeah, for sure.
I know they would in terms of the value at the position, but it's fucking Tom Brady. The Jets hate Tom Brady.
I think they would have him come in with open arms.
I would love to see it because
they play the Patriots twice a year, and then they would just fucking be like, "Yep, come here, just beat these guys up."
I would just like Tom to stay out of the AFC.
Just get out of the exactly. Just get out of the AFC altogether. There he is. He is. I know he is. Stay.
All right, so week 5 we got Ravens and Bengals. I think that'll be a pretty good game on Sunday night as well. Rivalry game, and I'm excited to see the Bengals this year to see if they can
maintain
what they did last year
for sure.
Yeah,
especially because they went out and got a bunch of pieces of the O-line.
And especially with how bad the Reds are, you need some love.
Yeah, thank God for the Bengals. All right, and then week 6, we're back. Bills and Chiefs, rematch of that divisional round, one of the most exciting games ever in the playoffs. It'll be great to see this game again, and hopefully we'll see a different outcome with the Bills winning.
I mean, if it goes to overtime, it's still gonna be a one possession thing, but
It is still going to be a one possession thing.
Until the actual
Yeah.
playoffs. Isn't it?
Until the
Did it,
playoffs.
they changed it up to the playoffs. I see.
yeah.
Because it's almost like 50-50 in the regular season.
Mhm.
So, but with these teams, like,
Yeah, it's
first possession is pretty much going to win it.
I don't mind that. In the regular season, fine. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter that much. In a fucking win or go home game, yeah.
Especially when it's this early too in week 6. You could have a whole season to get your shit together too.
Yeah.
All right, week 7, we got the Super Bowl 55 with the 49ers. Sorry, Super Bowl 54.
Challenge.
55 was the Bucks and Chiefs. Yeah, see? At least I remembered it. 49ers
self-challenge.
versus. What are you challenging now?
No, carry on.
So 49 or no, we're done. 49ers and Chiefs, but I'll be pretty interesting to see. We'll see if Garoppolo will be starting because he's still on that team. It's a lot of money there that they can pay Debo with, who doesn't want to play there at all. And then the Chiefs are the Chiefs without Tyreek Hill.
They'll still be
Browns,
really
They
good.
got Juju though.
Yeah, but we
And
don't.
Kelsey,
Yeah, but Kelsey, yeah, for sure. I understand. I don't know about Juju. Man.
they'll be really good.
It'll be interesting to see because he dealt with Roethlisberger having a good arm one season, and then after that he had a Breeze arm, but at least Breeze knew how to.
As long as
short passes.
As long as somebody keeps Juju away from fucking Jackson Mahomes, so they don't do TikToks on the fucking sideline and shit, then they'll be fine.
Is there Twitter or TikTok beef there?
No, they're just both cooking goofs on TikTok. So I think they'll just get together and do TikToks and they'll fucking distract Juju.
Yeah.
Kev, are you on TikTok?
Oh my, no, sorry.
Alrighty. So heading into week 8, we got the Battle of Ohio, Browns and Bengals. We don't know what the suspension will be for Deshaun Watson or if there will be one.
Any idea when we find out?
I think at this point he's going to be playing. I don't think they'll suspend him. I honestly don't. That's my hot take because it seems like it's so late.
Yeah.
Could have been done already.
It should have been done already.
He also hasn't been officially he's been charged with stuff. Has he been charged?
No, so he's not in
actually,
criminal
right?
court. He's just in civic.
Civil
Civil.
court.
Civil court. So he's
But
got,
still hasn't been. Fuck me. Would you challenge for once, or just gonna fucking pretend?
It's all happening too fast.
From the very beginning of the show, you just pretend challenging. What the fuck? Oh fuck.
Yeah, so there's still the 20 whatever accounts that he still's got on those civil ones, but
He still has yet to be found guilty of anything, right?
Yeah.
So at this point, it's looking like you said, just looking like he'll probably play.
And the Browns paid a huge price, so they kind of have to know some insider of this
Because all the money he got, he's paying
and
him off.
they got paid. He got paid again. I would think that he's not going to get suspended.
He took all that money. He paid off a bunch of women. And
Awesome.
happy days.
Yeah, Browns were like, "Here, we'll pay the Hoovers." That was
Exactly. They're not Hoovers. They were massage therapists, Jesse.
They're a lady of the evenings.
Legend, yes.
I mean,
Massage therapist.
sounds like they're hers if they're accepting extra money now. Like the first bunch of money was just for massages, but
I'm totally joking.
yeah. Jenny's like,
making jokes. All right, let's move on quickly
before we get taken off the air.
We're gonna get canceled real fast.
Bucks and Rams. That's gonna be the divisional round from last year's playoffs where Brady put his juju in and fucking fumbles happen and Our kicker missed a 47-yard field goal short.
Short.
By the way, did you see Brady admitted the tuck roll thing was a fumble?
Oh, that was a bit, but it was funny.
It's true. It's true though. It's true.
Yeah.
I was kidding.
Oh, Peter.
You petered it, Kev. It's a verb now.
Oh, that sounds so good. And so one of the other teams that I'm kind of interested to see these two teams play in week 10 here, Packers against the girls. These guys, I'm only interested in because I just think the NFC is the Rams and the Bucks and maybe the 49ers. Like I get the Packers have won a bunch of games in the regular season. Cowboys usually don't do too well after a good season. They're pretty garbage. So I'm kind of interested to see how this goes. It is in Lambeau, but Packers don't have a whole lot of receivers.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I say Packers dummy him in that game.
That'll be interesting.
What's the score, Pete?
Double. I say they double.
Double. Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Hot
I just
take.
want to see if they're real or not, because like I said, I think it's the Bucks and the Rams in the NFC. I don't see the Packers or the
I don't think they're real. I also think they double the Cowboys.
because you just think the Cowboys are going to be garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's a hot take. I think that's a lukewarm because, like I said, they're usually pretty garbage after a good year. And then we get an AFC West battle between the Chargers and the Chiefs in SoFi.
That will be a good game.
I think it'll be a really good game. I'm really excited to see the AFC West this year. And the Rams or the NFC West is playing the AFC West, so there's going to be a lot of good games, I think.
Yeah, that game very well could decide the division winner, maybe.
Yeah, because I have picked the Chargers to win the AFC West. And then we go into week 12. Again, Titans make this against the Bengals just because of the beating. Not the beating. It wasn't a beating.
Over under interceptions 2.5.
I mean, for what quarterback?
I don't know.
Well, it's not going to be Burrow.
I mean, total. I'll take total.
No.
The two.
We're talking. No. I'm talking Titans.
The Titans. Yeah, I'll take over for the Titans for sure.
All right. Do we know if Tannehill will actually be starting in this game?
Doesn't matter. I'll still take it. I'll take over. If it's
they might be just handing over to Malik Willis. We don't want you to get mentioned by this guy, so just take the reins.
Yeah, exactly.
All you have to do, snap from center, hand to Henry. That's it. Every now and again, play action.
I don't think you can do that with the Bengals. The Bengals had a very good run D against Henry and against the Rams. And Chiefs don't run the ball that much.
With a broken ankle, it's fine. Broken foot, whatever the fuck he had.
It was like I think Liz Frank or something like that. Injured. It's his foot. But yeah, he might not have been ready for it, but I still think the Bengals have a really good run D there. So I don't think you want to be handing it off constantly. All right, and then we go to the AFC Championship, Week 13, Bengals versus Chiefs in Cincinnati this time, not Arrowhead. I want to see this game, and I like Joe Cool, but I kind of want to see if Mahomes can put it together and come back in the second half if the Bengals are out. Because that was a monumental collapse by the Chiefs. Week 14, we got Broncos and Chiefs, another AFC West battle in Mile High. You got two Super Bowl champs playing quarterback there. It should be really good, I think. And I'm excited to see what Russell Wilson can do with the Broncos wide receivers. Although I heard Jerry Jeudy got in some trouble recently.
Yeah.
So maybe a suspension might be coming for that. But he might be around for this game because it's late in the season. And then we got Packers versus Rams, Monday nighter. And that will be in Lambeau. I'm excited for this because the Rams cannot win in Lambeau. And then again, back to
That trend will continue.
Spicy take, spicy.
I mean, no, it's not though. It really isn't. Like it'd be a spicy thing.
Lukewarm take, lukewarm take. All right.
But like I said, they don't have receivers, so it'll be interesting because the Rams do. And then we got the Rams again, Christmas Day with the Broncos. You got Russell Wilson playing against the Rams. He's never had really good against the Rams, so I'll just chalk that as a W for the Rams.
Oh, fuck.
And you got a rookie head coach, although the rookie head coach is coming from the Green Bay system, so could be trouble there. And then you got the Bengals again and Bills. I think this will be a great game. This is a game that we should have seen in the playoffs in the AFC conference. Didn't happen. Hoping to see a great game here. I think this could decide who's the favorite in the AFC. And then you also got the last game, the Broncos versus Chargers, another AFC West. I know that Peter said that the division will be battled there, but we'll see how.
It could be
West
here
does.
too. Could be here too.
Yeah, like it's going to be a great season to watch a lot of these AFC West games.
Yeah.
All right, so I just want to know what's your favorite game to watch out of this list, and then are there any other games you are excited to watch that I missed?
For me, it's the early AFC Championship preview. Week 2,
We've been over this.
first Monday nighter.
The
Titans Bills.
Bengals and Bills, bud.
Now the Titans Bills. Gonna be a good game. First Monday nighter of the year.
I mean, the Titans will play, and maybe the Bills will see them in the divisional round because they're catching that first seed.
We'll see.
I'm going with week 6. Bills versus Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch that one too.
I mean, all three of your, like just your Rams, Bills, as you said, mentioned are off the top here. So all three of you have chosen good games. You know, all of these would be good games to watch, and that's what I chose. All of the above. I am excited for football. I know we still got a ways to go, but just in general, I love watching it. I love just chilling on a Sunday watching fucking football. The old lady doesn't like it, but too fucking bad. It's football Sunday. That's what we do. That means fantasy's back to back fucking champs in fantasy. So I'm excited for that. One thing that I noticed, and maybe it's not just you as any other games that I want to see, and it's not necessarily games that I want to see, but I did notice that the Bears do not have a December home game this year, and it's the first time in 58 years that they have not had a home game in December. Now they do have a home game on January 1st, but that's January 1st, right? So I thought that was pretty crazy. Just, you know, like I said, it's been a really long time. That's winter to December games it's an advantage if you are playing in those cities. So
especially for the Bears, they're not
Yeah.
good. They need that advantage.
Right, exactly.
Well, exactly. You want to be playing like the Miami Dolphins or some fucking warm weather
An
team.
indoor team, yep. Yep.
On
100%.
Soldier Field in fucking middle of December in a snowstorm,
Yeah.
where you can win a 12-9 game. Yeah,
But alas, it won't be this year.
maybe in January. We'll see what happens.
Maybe January 1. Anyway, that's what I thought was pretty cool. Or not
Bears
cool,
suck.
but
The
different.
Bears suck anyway. It doesn't matter.
Shut up, Peter.
Yeah, but they do suck. But a game not at Soldier Field in December is pretty crazy. I did not know that.
Yeah.
And like I said, or we've all said, it's a huge advantage for the Bears to have that game there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, depending on who the opponent is, but yeah.
That's still.
It'll help the Bears out no matter what, because it's gonna be a low scoring game.
Mhm. Should be. Anything can happen.
So I got one more game that I thought that should be said. It is with my Rams, but it's against the Chiefs. They do play them. I can't remember which week it was, but I am excited to watch that game because the last time they played, they were the only team to put up 250 burgers and a team lose. So it'll be awesome to see that because minus golf, there's a lot of guys returning that'll be from that game, and it'll be interesting to see. I don't know if they're playing SoFi or Arrowhead, but that game will be pretty good, I think. But we will move on to the penalty box here. And as it's been foreshadowed by Peter multiple times,
It was only once. Was it twice? Anyway, the Cincinnati Reds land squarely in the penalty box. Why, you might ask?
Did they give up a cycle to the same player 3 times?
Yeah.
Yes, but
Oh.
that's not why.
Oh,
And that's not this game. In this game, they sort of threw a no hitter, but not really. And they lost.
what? How can you sort of throw a no-hitter and then lose?
They threw a informal no hitter, I guess. Unofficial. So they become the 6th in MLB history to lose a game without allowing a hit. They lost.
That's fucked, man. What? I'm so confused here.
Same here.
Hunter Green and reliever Art Warren combined to allow 0 hits in a complete game, but it didn't count as a no-hitter or even a win for either of them. Instead, the Pirates eked out a run in the bottom of the 8th inning after 3 walks to load the bases and a ground out fielder's choice, which is not a hit, but it got a ribby. Got them the 1-0 lead for the Pirates, and that was enough. And by Major League rules, because they went into the bottom of the 9th, already up 1-0, there was no need to play the bottom half of the inning. So the pitchers didn't throw. And it's not a complete no-hitter. They only pitched 8 innings. No hits. Too many
So-
walks.
just to be clear, if they were the what are they away at this point? Yeah. So if they were playing in the bottom of the 9th and they went through the top of the 9th and they got no hitter or no hits and all out in that, they would have still considered a no hitter and then probably would have lost.
Yeah, because it would have been a full no-hitter with a loss. But because they only paused for 8 innings, it's not an official no-hitter. They didn't pitch the
It's like
full
the
9
Madison
innings.
Bumgarner. from
It's
last
just
year.
like the Bumgarner 7-inning no-hitter. Not a real no-hitter. It's unofficial. And for throwing 8 innings, allowing no hits, but being beaten in a way that really only the Cincinnati Reds would achieve. You're in the penalty box.
I
You
mean,
gotta
it's-
be able to win a game when you allow no hits.
I mean, it's against the Pirates too, so it doesn't surprise
Yeah,
me that,
yeah.
that there weren't any hits in this game.
For sure.
But they're both 2 garbage teams. and,
One
and
pile
Pirates
of
can put
garbage.
that on their scoreboard as a
The
double.
one pile of garbage is a lot saltier than the other. I'll tell you that much.
Oh man, that's funny.
It's definitely a tough one, man, too.
That's
To
tough.
pitch that well, like for Hunter Green and Art Warren, like maybe not Art Warren, because I'm assuming that he was the guy that walked in the runs, excuse me.
Probably. Probably.
Well,
Maybe
Hunter
not.
Green could have put them on the
I think, yeah, it might have been a
on
bit
the-
of a split. It might have been like 2 walks, Hunter Green, then
Yeah,
he
'cause
gets
he's-
swapped.
Oh, it could have been charged to Hunter Green the run.
yeah,
Yeah.
because he had a no hitter going, so you're not going to take him out of the game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm not sure. We can
you
look
got
that up here.
Art Warren got a.
It was
a
against the earn run was against Hunter Green.
Yeah.
And it looks like it was he walked 5 guys, so it looks like he was, Art Warren only walked one, so he was
Yeah.
Well, those
Only-
5 walks though, like I mean, were they like legit walks, or were these like pitches on the being
Breaker.
called a strike or a fucking
Oh,
ball?
fuck. Here we go.
Here we go.
There we go.
Here we go.
Move the 3-point line back, make the fucking buckets bigger, or is it smaller? Which one? It's all the same stuff. Scotty Barnes. What?
Robo
Holy
up 7.
All right, Robo umps, Kev. Let us hear your spiel.
They should be. I mean, again, man. I mean, I can't. I'm totally losing the interest of baseball. I just,
But-
it is the most inconsistent fucking league so far right now in regards to balls and strikes. You have like so
I mean, it's
many
the
people
only
getting
league
picked
that has
out.
balls and strikes.
There's minor leagues.
Basketball
Wow.
has balls, all right.
But I just can't.
Bowling has strikes. They have balls too, I guess.
I mean,
Uh,
going
see.
to a live game would be decent because you don't see that square around home plate. I'm tired of sitting there watching like a clear ball being called a strike. And now you see why frustrations and batters are just they have to swing for these pitches now because they don't know if this is now a strike or
But
a ball.
That's part of the game, Kev. You gotta defend the plate when
Come
you're down
on.
2 strikes. That's part of the. Don't you think?
But the
that
ump should be getting it right.
sometimes they're not gonna get it right.
Well, they
sometimes,
have to.
Sometimes they're gonna
you
have their
never know.
own.
Put
I
this
do
thing in your
agree.
ear. Put this thing in your ear to make this game consistent. Because I mean, if it is a ball, it should be a ball.
But don't you think there's
Nope.
a human element
nope.
part that adds
At
to
home
the,
plate,
to the
at-
theater of the
at
game?
home plate, I mean, you still need to be there for a call for a play at the plate, but not for a ball and strikes. No.
So-
I'm done. I'm done with that scenario of watching this box and can't do it.
I mean,
So would you be happier if they got rid of the box?
Oh yeah, buddy. If you get rid of that box and I don't
It's an-
sit there and see it that it's a clear fucking ball.
Get
but you
rid of
should
the-
know
Calling it a
when you
strike.
when
We're
they
talking
do
about the
the
strike
so-
zone when we say box. but-
Yeah, like when you see it, shouldn't matter whether the box there. If you're good enough at watching and being able to tell as a spectator,
Yeah.
you know that pitch was a ball, but he
Ball,
called
and
it
he
a
still called it
strike,
strike.
or vice versa. So to me, that doesn't matter if the box is there. I agree, Pete, in what you're saying with if the human element. And if the pitch or if the umpire has a bigger strike zone that night, then you do have to adjust as a batter. But I also agree where Kev's coming from. It would be very easy to have them have an earpiece. They still call the game, and when they are egregiously wrong, there's a little beep beep. You're an idiot. That was a strike, or vice versa. And and then there could be a quick change. It doesn't need to be a review.
Yeah, but what are they gonna do? Be like, that's a strike. You're out. Wait a minute. Right?
Fair enough. I guess that would be
Ball.
yeah.
Ball.
I guess that would be a little goofy that way, but I mean, the other way is like Kev said, is remove them completely from balls and strikes and just use them as calling plays, out or safe at home, and then just strictly use Robo for balls and strikes, because then it's theoretically it's perfect.
Yeah, but do we really need to be perfect? Like part of the game is like there's a difference between an established umpire strike zone and a true by the letter strike zone. Almost always.
For sure.
And as long as they call it consistently, I don't mind.
So a ball 6 inches outside, if he
As
calls
long
it
as
a,
it's a,
Ooh,
as long as it's
that's
that's
I'm
a
just
lot.
saying, so he
egregious.
calls it a strike every
Okay.
time. You're okay
That-
with it?
That's an extreme example. Probably
Okay,
not. If
let's
it's
say
6
3
inches,
inches then. 3 inches.
if it's
But you
If
can't
it-
consistently call that ball and then now call that a strike within 3 pitches or 4 pitches later.
No,
I
that's what he's
agree.
saying is that the consistency is
You
key.
should call it consistently for the game, for both teams, of course. But as long as that consistency is there, I don't mind a bit of human element, a bit of gray to the strike zone. It adds a bit of interest to you're down 1-2 in a count, and a pitch is coming. You think it's off the plate. What does the ump think? Maybe you got to foul that off just to be safe. Maybe you try and foul it off. You strike out.
But you're watching a lot of like ejections because of balls and strikes, not just from managers, but from players.
That sounds
Well,
like tantrum.
Ejections is another thing. I think
That's completely different. But
that's
all right. What I'm gonna say here is umps have a lot of power right now, and because of the RoboCop and these report cards coming out, they are expressing their power. So they're losing their judgment, I think. What happened with Mass and Bumgardner, who
That was
could,
brutal.
Oh,
Could-
buddy,
could-
that
no.
fucking I
He
was
could be a-
so
You know what? Let's
mad.
rewind. That's in the penalty box. Rewind. Fuck the
Yeah,
fuck the
that-
Cincinnati
the
Reds.
Reds, your guy.
Yeah, that was
That was fucking
So if
brutal.
anyone knows what we're talking about, is it was the first inning, and the ump decided to check to see if he had spider tack or any sticky substance on his hand, illegal substance, but he wasn't even.
the fuck are you doing?
He's staring at the guy.
Oh,
Here, hold on to
yeah.
my hand. Here, hold my hand, Pedro. Go,
Okay.
do it again.
Oh,
So-
fuck. All right, listeners, you have no idea what we're talking about. Pete is rubbing somebody's glove or his hand.
He was grabbing each finger, looking the guy dead in the eyes, and he wasn't even looking at the hand to see if there was any substance on it. He checked each finger and just looked straight at Baumgartner, and then
What the fuck are you looking at? What the fuck
I
are you
think he
looking at?
got ejected later in that inning. Like,
And then the
that's-
next day, Buddy fucking apologized. The
Yeah,
umpire.
I'm
He's
an
like,
idiot.
Yeah, he's like, I was out of my, out of my element type thing.
like they're all
Oh,
talking
really?
about the players clapping back at fans and stuff like that. Like umps gotta like get their shit together and not be. It's for the
Well,
game. Like don't be
yeah.
thinking you have all the power as God.
well, they got to realize that they're not there to be a part of the entertainment.
Yeah, I'm not there to
They-
watch. Angel
Nobody wants
Hernandez.
to go see the ump.
Yeah.
They're just there to call a fair game. That's it.
But is it being really called fair?
And sometimes not. Most times, yes, I think. And
Even
but
talking
when-
about the other ejection that happened that I saw, which was ridiculous, was against the Jays, where they beamed.
Yimmy Garcia got booted. Is
Yeah.
that what you're talking about? Yeah.
Bean Donaldson, and then he got ejected because Donaldson was clapping back at the catcher. I can't remember who the catcher was at this time, but
I think it was Heineman that was that his
yeah,
name?
I think
Heineman?
you're right. Yeah. So then they ejected him after beating him, and like I believe the Jays were up at this point. Like, why would we put this guy on? Like, we don't want to put this guy on or anything like this. And then Pete Walker got kicked or ejected, the
Yeah.
pitching coach. At that same time, Garcia, it was after Garcia because everyone freaked out. And then later, Charlie Montoya, I can't remember why, but he got kicked
Yeah,
out.
it was a separate instance, but yeah.
It was because he was all fired up because of
Yeah.
him losing his pitching coach and his reliever
For sure.
for getting a ball getting away from him.
yeah, I mean, you change the game to crack down on pitchers having more control than they, I guess, are allowed to have anymore. You're cracking down on that. You're saying pitchers, you're only allowed, what is it, sunscreen and what's the other fucking stuff?
Rosin.
Sunscreen and rosin. That's it. Where they used to have a little bit of cheating and
But
use
it's
some more
happened.
sticky stuff.
Whatever.
So
They
they're
enforced
loose.
it. They
You're-
had a bunch
you're
of stuff
cracking
that they
down.
enforced it.
Exactly. You're cracking down. You're taking away a bit of control from the pitchers. And then when they lose a bit of control and they beat a guy,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
fucking
kicked out.
toss them.
Mhm.
Like you're sucking and blowing at the same time. If you're taking away from the pitchers to make it more fair, fine. A few more batters are going to get beamed. That's
I
just
mean,
the way
you're
she
not
goes.
taking control of it. You're losing the spin rate, right? Because when you have
Control.
the ball, the more you can spin the ball more, and that you're expecting the ball to spin a specific way. So it is control, but it's more to increase the spin rate so that the off-speed pitches can have more.
Can't just slow down.
Well, just more curves and more junk on them.
Yeah,
but-
more movement.
But
yeah.
they're used to it at a specific point. So Peter, you are right, but it's meant to just give more spin to the ball.
Which they're also complaining that there's not enough like dirt or compound that the Major League Baseball is automatically put on their ball. They're complaining that there's not enough of that going on right now because they can't have that spin or that grip ratio that you're talking about, Jesse, with that spider tack.
Yeah. So what you're talking about, Kev, there is that they have introduced yet another fucking new ball this year, and you know it isn't going as well, and they haven't been rubbed down as much as the previous balls in the NFL. If you're the quarterback, you get it rubbed down. They're your balls, right? So you play that game. That's these.
You can inflate them as much or as little.
or deflate them, as it were. Yeah.
Actually,
Now-
you can't. You have to have it at a specific amount.
Well, you
of
can
PSI.
deflate it. Yeah, you can deflate a little bit.
Only if you get caught. Jesse.
Only if you get caught. So-
Only if you get caught.
So on the other hand, in baseball, they prep the balls for you. The league does type thing, and they're rubbed down so X amount, and maybe it's not rubbed down enough for the likes of some of these pitchers. That's where Kevin's coming from with this. And I mean, I understand that it's different from the previous what they did with the balls, and that's if it's going to be the new norm, then it is what it is. Sorry about your luck, pitchers, right? This is the amount that they're going to be rubbed down with, and if you lose control because of the rub down is different, then fine, that's your own problem. Figure it out, right? But if they're going to have inconsistencies in rub down, then there's going to be issue. Now, I have also heard, talking on balls, the New York Mets have accused the MLB of using hot baseballs for national televised games. They're saying that basically they're using last year's balls that would fly out of the fucking park like crazy on nationally televised games to get more views, more viewership and that type of thing, because it's going to be a more exciting, more home run type game. Guys are hitting balls out in nationally televised games at a like 95 mile an hour exit velocity, and guys are hammering balls in regular games, not nationally televised, at 110 mile an hour exit velocity, and they're little ground outs. And so they're really criticizing these balls, or the use of the balls, and they're thinking, especially the Mets, that they are using hot balls for nationally televised games, which is crazy. It's a crazy accusation. They would think that the MLB would do that, and I wouldn't put it past the
They
MLB,
probably would.
but it's crazy. Another thing I saw, going back to the umps, and I believe it was either today or might have been last night, before the first pitch was thrown, a pitcher, he could have been warming up, or he was warming up, and then the umpies decided to stop the game and the umpires ejected the glove of the pitcher out before the game started. Now, in the MLB rules, you cannot have a glove that is like a cream color or like a light gray color that can mask the ball. And it was clear that this was a tan or like a cream colored glove. So they went to the not bullpen, but the batting, or not, holy fuck, batting cage. Jesus Christ. They went to the bench and grabbed his other glove.
The dugout.
That's the word I'm looking for. Grab his other glove, take it out to him, and it's red, except the third finger is cream color.
Come on.
Umpy's like, nope, no good. Get rid of it.
There's your
So
hand.
so now it's been a few minutes. Now they got to go back into the clubhouse, because who takes more than 2 gloves out to
To the
the
game.
fucking up to the dugout? And so literally the fucking trainer comes out, and he's got like 4 or 5 gloves. And he's like, here, which one can he use, umpy? Like, he gave him to the umpy first. It's pretty funny. So there's, now I get that that's a rule, but come on, 1 finger. Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of stupid. But hey,
That's like calling interference in Game 7 of a playoff series on a stupid little pick play that resulted in a goal getting called back. That's
You
dumb.
can't do picks in hockey.
Well, Kev's been saying it all night. You can't do it. Can't do it. Anyway, so getting back to this, the ejections, Kev, I agree with you. There's been way too many ejections just in general. And a lot of them have been, as you said, calling balls on strike, which we know is not, it's never been allowed. I mean, you can argue it, but you're never going to fare well. They're never going to change their call. Oh yeah, you know what? You're right. It was 6 inches outside. It is a ball.
You convinced me.
It's
Well,
not
you did
going
it.
to happen, So it's unfortunate, and maybe let's put it this way: the umps are not doing themselves any favors to eliminating this robo ump talk, for sure. It will happen eventually.
Yep.
In some facet, for sure.
So my
It has
hot
to.
take or my silly take is going to be the take, because they're going to have that earpiece in their fucking ear eventually.
Well,
Oh
that's,
yeah,
not-
eventually.
that's
Yeah.
cold as fuck, man. Eventually they're gonna have it.
Like say it's gonna be
Yeah.
next year or something like that. That would be more of a
Yeah.
hot take.
By
Yeah.
the end of the season, give it to her, Kev.
By the end of the season.
Nah, 0 chance. They'll never make that change mid-season.
Before we move on here, guys, I just have a question about the pitch. What do they call it? The pitch thing that's in the they put it in the pitcher's hat. And the-
Yeah, the communication
Pitch
thing.
com
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about that?
That's cool.
That doesn't
Whatever.
bother me.
Doesn't I'm fine.
I like it. I think
I
it's cool.
kind of hope that the umps could be part of it. Tell you the truth, because then they know what pitch is coming.
Pitches
to
are
look out
coming.
for the like
Slider,
the-
fastball, whatever.
Yeah, to see the drop. And that's another thing too, is that you
Ooh,
can.
I disagree.
Yeah.
Okay, well, just let me
the-
finish my
the
point
ump-
here.
Yeah.
Just let me
Pedro,
finish my
shut
point.
up. Shut up.
No,
Pedro.
I choose to
My
interrupt
point
you.
is of this pitch com that they bring this in so that the umps know it is because catchers frame pitches constantly
yeah.
Yeah.
and they're fooling the umps and
That's
they're getting,
part of the
getting
game, yeah.
strikes and stuff like it. You're right, it is part of the game and stuff like that. But if they know what's coming, they can see more or less like where the ball's coming in and then where the catcher's framing it at the end of it.
I mean, the big thing is that as an umpy, you have to know that, like, you're calling it. You should be calling it on when it crosses the plate, not where it ends up in the glove. So
Yeah,
if you're
100%.
calling it, catches it way over here and then brings it back as a strike, like you got to know that that's well outside, right? So
Yeah, but some guys are really good, quick hand, and they can fool those guys.
yeah, like Yadier
because
is
they hold
really
it
good
there,
at it, right?
And
So,
then if they're second guessing, they're going to check where the catcher's
yeah,
glove is.
for sure.
I
Kev's
think-
Kev's checking his fucking his
He's
upstairs.
waiting for the call.
Yeah.
No,
Bang bang, you're wrong, idiot. It was a strike.
I think the ump should never have any more information than the batter has. Because really that is who
What,
That-
you think they're gonna
that's
tip off
who's-
the batter now? You're gonna
the-
tap him in the
no,
ass going, it's
but
gonna be
the-
a fucking slider.
the
Well,
batter
can't.
the batter is the guy that's gotta make the call in the split second. Is that a strike or is that a ball? The ump should be making the same call. He shouldn't know ahead of time. Oh, it's gonna be a slider outside the zone. Okay.
Yeah, there's
okay.
probably
Yeah,
that's
but it
fair.
helps you prepare for getting in front of if it's not if it hits the
Yeah.
beginning of the plate, which is with the strike zone, and then if it ends up below the strike zone at the end, then that's a strike.
Mhm.
Yeah, but
So
I
that's why if you pay attention to the pitch com and he knows about it, he can call it as a strike and not a ball.
nah, I disagree. Because you might even get into some shit like
Well, you're wrong.
Yeah,
the-
you're
the
wrong.
guy- no,
You're
no.
wrong.
you might get it. You might get into like
You know what? My hot take is that they'll move towards that. I bet you they'll
I
have
don't-
the pitch com before they'll have robo umps.
with no, I don't think the ump will ever hear the pitch call. But then like you might get some fucking stupid shit where like the catcher and the pitcher say, okay, slider down, but
They're
they
gonna throw a
know
fastball.
they're gonna throw a fastball down
Well, that's the
because
thing.
they
there's-
know the
there's
ump is
some-
listening, and
some
then
pick-
it gets all fucking.
Some pitchers
stupid
don't
then.
have do pitch com.
Yeah,
Right.
right. They still do that thinking.
Yeah.
The old school signaling. Peter just loves throwing his fingers in front of the friggin' camera now.
Anyway.
Oh, fuck.
Jesse's wrong. The ump should never know what pitch is coming. That's ridiculous.
You're ridiculous.
You're ridiculous.
Well, Pete, I don't want to say this, but why don't you tell us who else was wrong this week?
Well, it was just you, my friend.
Oh,
Just you.
fuck. I mean, you
Uh,
should have been wrong a couple times if you had grown some balls and actually
What do you mean?
challenged.
The
Yeah.
word challenge was never uttered by anyone on this
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, okay.
No one other than who challenged you? Yeah, you
I did, yeah.
challenging Kevin
Yeah.
on the location of Super Bowl, whatever the fuck Super Bowl we're on now. Josh said it was in New Orleans. It's in fact in Arizona, where Kevin
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
+1 for Kev,
Yeah.
-1 for Josh. That's the only time anyone ever said challenge on this show.
Holy shit, that's three. That's
Kevin's
three.
still moving up. He's
Oh,
3 positive weeks in a row.
He's
No,
Wow.
sorry, 3 positive episodes. I shouldn't say weeks because we've been slacking.
Yeah.
Challenge. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Shut up, Peter.
Okay.
we
That's
should
fair.
give him a
So-
certain amount of counts that he can do that. Per
Yeah.
Yeah.
1.
Listen, as long as I hear the count while you're saying it, as long as I know, then that's fine. Yeah, never mind.
Pitch com is what he's talking
So,
about.
somebody
I know,
out
but
there
it wasn't
got it.
good.
Yeah.
Somebody out there got it. All right, our season total is Jesse is leading the pack at +4. Everybody else is below 0.
Only 1 plus.
Yeah, for now. Peter and Josh are now tied at -3 for second
Yeah.
place.
That sucks,
And
Yosh.
Yeah,
Having to tie when you lose.
I know.
Kev is bringing up the basement at -6, but trending in the right direction, Kev. We'll give you that.
And we also have a big week next week because we're going golfing, boys.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's
Points
all on the
are
line.
up for grabs.
I'm taking some points on this mofo
Points
this year.
are
I
up
tell you
for
what.
grabs.
I got
tell
my
ya
first
what.
round in yesterday, boys. Got
Good
a
for you.
wicked sunburn.
Would you shoot 120?
No, it was a short course. It was only 12 holes.
Okay, so you shot 120.
You can't get 10 on every hole, Kev. You can only get 10 on a few specific par fives.
Oh my bad. Yeah.
Which I did get 10 on one of them. But that's besides the point. It was okay. It was rusty. Some good shots, some terrible shots. First round of the year.
Jesse, you're going down. I'm gonna
I might. I
fucking
don't have any
dominate you
practice
all
right now.
year.
Everyone is at
this
practice.
year.
Jesse's gonna get fucking rocked.
Yeah, Jesse's just gonna get
I'm
fucked
the
up.
reigning champ of points and penalties golf.
Yeah, but there's a different score set up for the golf tournament. It's winner gets +2, second
Yes.
gets +1,
Yes,
third gets 0,
yes.
fourth gets -50.
I thought you were gonna say Jesse gets -50.
That is what I said.
And
But
you
dude,
know what?
what-
I'll
what did
still
you-
win. I'll still win this season too, boys.
Oh,
Not if we golf a bunch.
No, I'll still
Oh
get it.
fuck!
Civic's coming up. I'll fuck you all up on horseshoe toss or
Wash
washer toss.
Kev spends every single afternoon playing washer toss just so that he won't lose to Jesse again.
Yeah,
Totally.
who's- yeah, exactly.
We're not
Who's
even
the
gonna play
winner of
washer
that
toss
last
this
two?
year. No washer toss this year.
No.
Oh,
No.
fuck.
Just friendlies, no points.
Yeah. No, just straight up can jam, man.
Yeah.
One-on-one
It's tough
can
to-
jam for fucking points.
One-on-one.
Ooh, one-on-one. How do you even do that?
Easy.
You have to toss it, lob, run over to the other,
That's right. And then smash
and
it.
smash it
I
yourself.
feel like there's gonna be a few injuries at this.
You'll be drunk. You'll be fine.
Only
Yeah.
it's just kept.
I know first aid. It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
All right, guys. Are you guys both done talking?
Yeah.
All right. We got a little bit more talking, but if we're past this point, we're past the challenge period. So, Pete, if you fucking say challenge again tonight, you're losing a point.
No, challenge.
Oh, you
Yeah,
lost
I
a
don't,
point.
I don't lose a point if I.
Yeah, you do. All right. Who was the bitch today? You
Kevin.
want to start us up, Kev?
Might as well. I mean, take a hike.
Take a
Fucking
hike.
umpire. Fucking umps. Take a hike. Double dry hopped ale, 6%. Strong beer.
Is
It was
though?
good. It was good. It was good.
Who's that from? It's Upper
It's,
Thames, isn't it?
Yep. Upper Thames,
Oh, shit.
Woodstock, Ontario,
Look at that.
Canada.
I know my beers, boys.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, 6%. I guess
That's a good beer, man.
It
It's
is a
light.
great beer.
It's light on the alcohol content compared to what we have today, but it is very good beer.
It is a very good beer. Pedro, what were you drinking again, sir?
I will only be referred to as a beer alcohol champion for the week.
Oh,
You
okay.
still
Sorry.
challenge
Hang on. Jesse, how was your drink?
Well, my drink was great. I've been done it for a while. Definitely should have brought some back up here. This
Amateur.
is the Hopsters IPA. It was good enough for 6.8. And it's pretty good. From Bench Brewing Company.
Good for runner-up bitch, I think. I forget what Josh is saying.
Six,
Less than
six, six,
Okay.
Yes, runner up bitch.
Yeah. So speaking of mine, since I already started it up, 6.6%. Great Lakes Brewing Tank 10 Karma Simcoe American IPA. Pretty fucking tasty. I did finish mine a long time ago, like you, Jess. But I had backup beers, so good.
I got backup beers too, bro. What the fuck you talking about? Backups.
I was just chirping Jess there, not you.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Calm down, Argyle. Anyway, pretty fucking good tasting beer. Liked it as usual. Petey, I mean, Mr. Beer Alcohol Champion. Is that what you said?
Close enough. I love it. Doesn't happen very often, so I love
Not
it.
at all.
My Broadhead Brewery, established 2011. Guava Strawberry Saison at 7.5% alcohol by volume.
Boom.
The championship beer. It was quite good.
Was it strawberry-ish?
Yeah, you can definitely taste the strawberry off it. And it's, despite being quite strong, it's got a nice summery drinking feel to it, you know?
Is that the only one you had?
It in fact is not.
Oh, good.
So
Good.
it was good.
I love
Good,
summer
good.
beers.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
summer.
Yeah.
Love summer.
Might be. Me too. It's the best season. Anyone else who says any other season, they're lying.
They're
It's
-1
summer.
for sure. -1. For sure. I was just out in Niagara on the Lake this weekend. We were sitting out doing some winery tours, and it's just so awesome to be just chilling out in the sun. You know, whether you're drinking wine or you're drinking beer, it's still a good time just relaxing out in the sun and just having a great fucking time. Like I said, Pete, this summer is the fucking bomb. It's the shizzle,
Bang.
you know. No, I said bomb. I didn't say fucking bang or boom or whatever.
Bang.
He said bomb. The bomb didn't go boom.
That's right.
Bang.
Does that
That's
make
right.
sense?
Not
Still
really.
go boom.
All right, guys, before we sign off here, I just want to mention the Phoenix Suns are down by 40 points
Oh my
Come on.
to the Dallas Mavericks after 3 quarters of play.
Ugh.
40
It's a
fucking
-1.
points.
God.
40 points. The best team in the league. That's fucking crazy.
I mean, should probably take a -2 for that. That's garbage.
Fucking crazy,
Jesus
boys.
Christ.
I lost my hearing. I can't hear you.
What?
Oh, I think I got you now. Can you
It
hear me now?
knocked the connection right out of
I did.
Yosh's
Yeah,
headset.
my fucking
That's
headset.
how-
Listen.
That's how flabbergasted he is by this score.
It's fucked. It really is.
That is
I don't know what the scores are at. Oh, people are leaving. People are leaving right now.
They're
after
leaving.
After 3 quarters, they're leaving.
Yeah, they're down by 40.
Yeah, it's
in game 7.
that's like a monumental.
Leaf fuck up kind of deal.
that's just
Well,
a-
okay. Remember how I talked about the Leafs not fucking up that bad this time? It's just
Oh, they fucked up bad. they
did-
fucked up
nah,
real bad.
They didn't fuck up 40 points bad.
No,
Last
they
year,
still can't finish, and they still will never ever do anything in Game 7.
I mean, at some point they will.
No, they won't.
Someday.
No, not in my life, not in your life. Maybe
Someday.
Mitchell's life,
Maybe.
Wow.
Maybe.
not ours,
Wow.
not our lifetime.
Hot take. Hot
Hot
take.
take.
That's a hot take.
It's
for
the
sure.
take. hmm
Mhm. Kev sounds a bit
Fuck them
sour.
Leafs.
A bit
I mean,
sour.
I feel like Kev is moving to the Vegas Raiders and the Philadelphia Flyers this year. Oh,
Kev,
that's-
you just bought a jersey.
It's okay. What I was thinking about, I was wanted to get a Sittler one with a half Leaf and half Philly, because you can still say Sittler on it. No.
But you got a Campbell.
Like I said on the last one, is that I'll always will bleed blue and white. I mean, Leafs will always be in my heart, but I'm just done. I can't sit there and
So
And the start of the next season,
If-
they'll be like, these
if-
freaking guys can't play.
if they win a game 7 next year, will you stay off of the bandwagon?
possibly, because it's going to be fluke.
Eh,
I mean, like at this point, you gotta assume that it's gonna be a fluke when they win a game 7.
Yeah, or any playoff game to begin with.
I need playoff game. Come on now.
I mean, they can win playoff games, just not
Yeah,
series.
just only
Yeah.
3 of them. That's
It's
all.
not game 7.
Yeah. Or Game 6. I mean, where they can finish them out, but they just can't. Yeah, no, I'm done with the edge of the seat fucking person I was before. It did shock me that they didn't do so well.
Rumor has it, and I'm just elaborating on rumors that I hear.
Mhm.
You may have fallen asleep during game 7 anyway.
No. Oh no.
I slept the first period.
Jesse was sleeping. I
definitely
wasn't.
sleeping.
I was trying to watch it at the keg, but the old lady wouldn't let me put it on my phone. So
Well,
we're out
that's
for a
ignorant.
belated birthday dinner, and she's like, "No, you can't watch it." So I just kept hitting refresh on the score app. All right, guys, I'm gonna cut you guys off. I'm done with listening to you guys talk.
Fuck
That's
you.
fair.
It's enough. It's enough.
It's
all
enough.
right. So
Our listeners are probably sick of it too.
they're asleep.
There's none left. They all left. They left like the Phoenix Suns fans. They just left.
Oh shit.
Just kidding. For those of you still with us, thank you.
And on that note, for all of us here at Points of Penalties, like thank you for listening. Please subscribe on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. YouTube is down here. Oh wait, no, down here. Please give us a like and follow on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Points Penalties. And until next week, stay out of the penalty box.